Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder before we get to our award-winning podcast that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
The half-assed morning show backtracks.
Oh, so we're on the radio.
Sure are.
How long have we been sitting here?
Five, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes?
6, 7.
For
middle schoolers.
Sorry, I got lost in reading about some things. I had no friggin' idea that we were about ready to roll. All right, fine. Here we go. Welcome to the program, the 93X Half-Fast Morning Show. Honestly, how long were we sitting there?
Just a handful of seconds.
Okay, good.
Like an uncomfortable amount of seconds. Took me a second to realize it, too.
All of a sudden, I looked to my left. Josh is waving at me.
I
thought, well, yeah, I know who you are. Hello.
We've already said hi. We've had a couple of conversations.
That was as lost as I've been in show prep in a long, long time. I had absolutely no clue we were going live.
I'm kind of curious what you were reading that was so enthralling. Was it anything notable?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I will. I'll tell you about it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. And right away, we need to address something shady going on around here. A few minutes ago, Janelle Klein walked into the room.
Straight from the bar, too.
Right?
Have you been up all night and need a place to sleep, or what are you doing?
I still smell like cigarettes.
Out all night.
Out all night, bloodshot eyes. Here I am.
You look pretty good.
Thanks.
For being out all night smoking cigarettes.
We've never seen pre-7:30 a.m. Janelle.
I don't know if you have.
I was wondering
You look pretty damn... You look a lot like 7:30 Janelle.
That's
Yeah.
great.
How
I'm
the hell
glad
do
to
you
hear
do that?
I don't know. Heavy makeup, I think.
Yeah.
You got up, you got ready. Now, if this was a regular thing, I don't know, maybe a week into it, you would not be showered. You would not
You'd
be.
fall off the wagon.
Oh, yeah, that's the way to go.
I know.
And we've told people over the years that have started with us, like, don't make an effort.
Yeah.
There's no reason to. Don't do that to yourself, and eventually it goes away.
Yeah, which is smart. You really don't have to.
I already like 5:30 a.m. Janelle. I do.
I do, too. I just like being with you guys. So.
Here's the thing. Janelle's the coolest television star in town. We asked if she'd come in early one of these days, and she said yes. So thank you, Janelle.
I love being here, and I can't believe you guys do this every day.
It's nice.
You look the same as 7:30, Janelle. Do you feel the same as 7:30?
I do.
Yeah?
For the most part. I'm not a morning person. I don't know if you guys are, and I
Nope.
don't know how you do this, but...
What are you talking about? Nope.
I'm not a morning person.
You on the weekends you wake up at 5 a.m.
Well, that's sleeping in 2 hours. So, I mean, I hear what you're saying, and as I say it, it sounds ridiculous.
It is
but
ridiculous.
I would prefer to stay up super late. Like, that's my normal nature. I still stay up way too late.
But it doesn't matter whether you're working or not. You wake up early. So
Yeah,
then, sorry, you
sometimes
are a
up
morning.
to 6 something.
You are a morning person. Come on. You can't be waking up at 5 a.m. on the weekends and not call yourself a morning
Well,
person.
now you're embarrassing me in front of my friends.
I am a true night person.
Yeah.
I can sleep until you kick me in the head. I love to sleep. I love to sleep in. I was the stay up all night guy when I was a kid. You're used to keeping wacky hours. You never know when you're going to be called.
Yeah.
You've got to go to work sometimes on a half-hour sleep.
Yeah, a lot. And
So-
always early mornings. So I get it. But, I mean, I don't have to do it every single day like you guys.
Do you feel a little goofy?
No. But I will say this. I remember, I don't know if we did this one other time or a couple other times, and maybe it wasn't this early. I just find you guys so funny. And then when you haven't slept, you know how everything is 10 times funnier. So, I mean, I don't know what
That's
you're gonna...
that goofy thing that Josh is talking about.
He's become delirious.
It's kept us going for decades.
Seriously.
That goofy kind of almost high.
Yes.
You're so tired, you're almost high or drunk.
We've always felt a special bond with the early morning brotherhood. You know, the folks that tune in from the get-go.
Oh, yeah.
Because we know they're in the same boat, right?
Yep.
And when people will say, God, waking up in the middle of the night, is that awful? And it's like, or do you get used to it? It's not necessarily, at least in my case, that you get used to it. The difference is it's just not weird.
Yeah.
At first, I remember thinking, this isn't right. This is abnormal.
Well,
it
you
was a
also
weird
realize
feeling.
there's a lot of people doing it. And when you're out driving or you just kind of think, okay, there are a lot of jobs where this is what it is. So you're not alone, but it still doesn't make it easy.
Janelle Klein, check it in with us right away. It's going to be a special day. Right away, here's some text messages coming in saying, Janelle is a super fox.
They're delirious, clearly.
They haven't gotten enough sleep,
Right, exactly.
you think?
Yes.
Are you wetting your pants over the engagement announcement from Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift?
Well, the whole world is. I will say, I'm not... I'm very familiar with her music. I like her. Did you guys listen to the podcast they did, though?
No.
Yes.
Just portions. I didn't listen to the whole thing.
I don't really understand the hate for her. I think she is unbelievable.
I think it's just overexposure for the most
That's
part.
probably it, but I don't think that's her fault. The talent that she has, the drive that she has, I respect the heck out of her.
Where were we all together where somebody was wearing a shirt? It was a Travis Kelce related shirt.
At the state fair, short but fat cheeses.
Oh, that's who it was? And it just said Taylor's boyfriend instead of Kelce on there?
Yeah.
I was thrown by that. Yeah, that was just Saturday at the fair. Short but fat cheeses T-shirt said, was it I love Taylor's boyfriend or?
It was something about just Taylor. I thought it was made to look like a Travis Kelce jersey.
I didn't understand, so I said, well, who's Taylor?
It took me a second, too. I should have figured it out.
Or I think I said, who is Taylor or who is Taylor's boyfriend? And she said, well, it's Travis. So she's my wife, pumped.
Is she
really?
excited?
Is she into this?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you think pretty soon it's going to be Travis Swift? Is he going to take her last name?
Dude, I would.
If the NFL might be excited about it because they'll sell more jerseys.
My God, they must be over the moon.
So with this engagement announcement of Travis, I keep wanting to call him, you just said it, I keep wanting to call him Travis Swift.
It might be that sometime.
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I'm also totally unfamiliar with her for the most part until this thing happened.
I'm familiar with her just because when my daughter was little, she was obsessed with it. Back when she was doing like country music.
Yeah.
She was obsessed with it.
Until she entered the world of the NFL, I wouldn't have known her if she was doing cartwheels in my backyard.
Yeah.
But my wife totally dialed into this. And by the way, there's a new mission in my household. A new operation is the word, actually. And I'm expected to perform. So it all started last night. We were watching some television at the ass end of the night. And by the way, the operation has a name. It's called Operation Welcome to This Century. And I'll explain how this started. So we're watching television last night, my wife and I, and two women were singing on television. One of them I recognized as Gloria Estefan from the Miami Sound Machine. Come on, everybody, and get the conga. Don't you want to hang out a little longer? Did you have that 45, Josh, as a kid?
No, but I really liked it when it would show up on WLOL or KDWB back in the day.
She
Turn the beat around.
Oh, I don't think that's her. Turn the beat around. That was somebody else.
Was it?
Yeah.
I screwed up.
I believe. She had some big hits in the 80s. I remember the Miami Sound Machine and Gloria Estefan. So we're watching television. Two women are singing on television. I recognize the one on the left quite easily as Gloria Estefan. And I asked my wife, well, who's that other lady? And she said, quite sternly, that's Kelly Clarkson. And she said, you need to know who she is.
I agree. She is the voice of an angel. She can sing anything.
And I said, Josh, it's funny that I said, oh, yeah, Josh once in a while, and what I was going to say was Josh once in a while brings her up. I was interrupted, and my wife told me that I need to know who some of these people are. And so she said, there's a new directive in our household. and she's naming it Operation Welcome to This Century. She's burned out on the fact that I have no idea who anybody is anymore, and I haven't for decades. And she also told me, you will be happy for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce because they're good people, and it's a wonderful thing. So here I go, Josh. Now it's like I'm back in school again. Now I'm.
Is she going to make you flashcards, or is she, like, oh, who's this person now?
Well, see,
I love that she's disappointed you don't know who Kelly Clarkson is.
Dude, it takes a lot for her to look at me sometimes. She's watching television. She's got her computer in front of her. She's always working on something, right? With her. But she turned to me and said, you will know who she is. And I said, well, Jesus balls. I'm sorry I even entered the friggin' room. So, I mean, it's funny you bring up the flashcards thing, Dana, because a couple weeks ago, we played that game with Janelle where we read off a name, and Janelle had to tell us whether it was a wrestler, a rock star, or an actor.
Rapper.
A rapper. I really still, like I said at that moment, I would love to try that game sometime where you guys quiz. Maybe it will help me succeed in Operation Welcome to This Century.
Oh, that reminds me of a conversation we were having at the fair Saturday. And thanks again to everybody that came out. I'll tell you what, that was awesome. That was so cool to meet so many people. You really made our day. And there was a couple of young guys who couldn't have been nicer, and they were wearing shirts of an artist. And I had so many questions. And at the end, I just said, I'm sorry for being the oldest guy here. I was really interested in kind of what they were listening to and stuff. And I realized, everybody seemed to know it except for me.
I remember the two young kids who were going to the rap show.
Yeah, they were going to Atmosphere.
Yeah. And I think
I'm fascinated because anytime you bring up Atmosphere, people of all genres, whatever music they're into, it seems like they absolutely love Atmosphere. And so I wanted to know more about, that's the dude, right? And then there's a couple other guys.
He is a dude, yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple other guys in there. So I was very fascinated, and I love the fact he's from Minnesota. I thought that was cool.
And I think you asked them, well, who else is playing? You knew that.
I knew who else was in that, his group.
Oh, right. And they were like,
DJ Prof, is that right?
DJ Prof.
He was in there at one point. I think he's out now.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I remember that. They rattled off all these other members of the Atmosphere
and
setup.
they're really into it.
And they rattled off some of the other acts that were performing that night at the State Fair. And you had a completely blank look on your face.
And I'm asking them all these questions. I was so fascinated because they were so into it, They were passionate about it. Yeah, and so that was my Kelly Clarkson moment, where it seemed like everyone else was like, yeah, dude, it's this. And it was so obvious, and I missed out.
It was a cute little moment where almost like a dad taking interest in their kids' hobbies, and asking questions.
Yeah. Hey, fellow kids.
Yeah, exactly. Steve who sent me that meme.
Yeah.
So, I'm totally lost. 9 times out of 10 with who's who. And this has been a thing for years. But I guess I'm going to learn. My wife more or less informed me that I am going to learn who is who. I am going to be happy for Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. And last night, Josh, was the first time I'd ever seen Kelly Clarkson in my life. So I'll keep you updated on this and how I'm doing. I have a feeling it'll be a lot like other classes I've taken in my life, and I will fail.
No, you're a quick learner.
Operation Welcome to This Century.
I can't wait to hear about the curriculum for this. And I really feel like there's no one better for this job than your wife.
Yeah,
she's hip. She's cool. She can do this.
She'll turn the screws on me. She does really get into all that stuff, like the latest singers, hot celebrity couples, and what she does. I don't follow it. She is all in.
So before this happened, how did you feel about Travis and Taylor? Were you just ambivalent, or did you have an opinion, or what did you think?
I was much more anti-Travis Kelce than I would ever have even thought to be anti-Taylor Swift. I don't know anything about Taylor Swift. I know she's a singer. That's the extent of it.
Yeah.
So, yes, I have spent some time on this radio show bashing Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs just because I am so burned out on it.
Yeah.
So burned out on those characters being everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere and all the time.
Yeah, I get that. I will say, and I'm not a big podcast listener, I did listen to him and his brother and her, and they are so charming and so normal. And I think it'd be hard for you to listen to that and not really like them. So
I
maybe
completely-
that's your assignment.
Yeah, I completely agree, Janelle. That podcast, it was so just charming and heartwarming.
Yeah.
It's like they look like a couple of high school kids in
Yeah,
love. It was
totally.
adorable.
Yeah.
So, I'm not a Travis Kelce fan either, just like Nick.
Oh.
The guy, it's overexposure, and it's probably not their fault. Although Travis Kelce sometimes comes across like, a bit of a douchebag.
A bit of a meathead, for sure.
I agree with that for sure.
But yeah, I think for a lot of people, it's the overexposure. A few people, or I should say like two people said politics. Of course, there's got to be I don't know anything about either one of their politics. And then also how much she charges for a concert. I mean, shoot, Nick and I were talking about this just off air. Def Leppard was charging $292 a ticket
Get
to see them
out.
at the State Fair last night.
You gotta be kidding me.
That's terrible.
Somebody brought that up to me on Friday night at the Bro Stout Cancer event.
Yeah.
And I thought, is that right? That seems kind of crazy. And then there was just an article today in the paper saying as much.
I don't know anything about I did not go to the Taylor Swift concert. I feel like a lot of that, though, has become the result of the resale market, right? I
exactly.
don't know that she's setting those prices at $1,000 or whatever. I think it's people buying them up. It's the brokers. And isn't there legislation to kind of cut back on some of that? Or at
They're
least
trying
on the
to, at least.
fees or
God, I
something?
hope so, because
Yeah, the
it's
fees,
just,
making the fees more transparent.
Yeah, yep.
you should not be paying $300 to see anybody in concert.
That's ridiculous.
Do you know what I think the main lesson of this is, though, you guys? Is this whole idea, so her thing with the concert was she had those friendship bracelets with the letters on them or whatever. Mm-hmm. So do you know what a friendship bracelet is?
I
Nick?
do,
remember
but
this?
yes, I don't
It has,
remember
like,
this.
The little beads, right? So you'd have like something spelled out on the bracelet, like hope or love or
Okay,
whatever.
she handed these out at her concert?
Yeah, well, I don't think she handed them out, but it became a thing. So, like, little girls especially were
Okay.
making these bracelets, and then they'd wear them and they'd exchange them, and it was just kind of this cool part of the
Yeah.
concert. And he got this idea when she played in Kansas City that he was going to make a friendship bracelet with his phone number on it.
Oh.
And talk the elevator lady, like the person who does security at this one elevator,
Right.
to letting him down to see her, to give her this bracelet, because
Right.
he had this little crush on her. And it didn't work. Like, he had no access to her. But in any case, I mean, it went from that to now them being engaged. So I feel like the lesson is take your shot.
Yep.
She even
Well,
said that,
take
right?
your shot
Yeah.
if you have $79 million in
you're a
the
Super
bank
Bowl
and
winner.
you're a Pro Bowl,
True.
Super Bowl. Yes, then take your shot.
But not
I
with
get what you're saying.
Yeah, not with Taylor Swift, but if you have a crush on someone,
sure.
you should just do it. 'Cause
Sure.
you just never know.
Shoot your shot, I think, is a slogan that was
Yes.
good. I'm with you, Janelle Klein. Go ahead. What do you got to lose? Here's a listener who texted in and said, if my wife's going to turn the screws on me and try to teach me modern celebrities, I should quiz her on rock history. She knows that stuff, too. Because when we were kids, we went to Kiss concerts, Motley Crue concerts, Bon Jovi, Poison, whoever came, AC/DC. She knows that stuff, too. So
She's cool. I text her stuff all the time. We text stuff back and forth about random celebrities and just
Oh, yeah.
all kinds of silly stuff.
she doesn't know anything about wrestling at all, not a word.
But she's got it down on everything else.
So maybe I'll make this also Operation Wrestling. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Learn about your 80s tag teams.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, Josh, eventually we all become our dads and become disconnected to the hip world. It's nothing extraordinary or out of the... It happens to all of us.
I'll tell you, when my dad, he did his best, right, to try and get into the music I liked, and I didn't want him to. I thought, oh, Dad, I don't want to like the same music as
He really
you.
tried to... Really?
He tried to, yeah. I mean, because that was, at the time, that was my entire life, right? That's what I wanted to do, was be a touring guitar player. And that's all, my entire day was devoted to rock music. And, like, school, everything.
So he actually would sit down and listen to some of it with you.
Well, like in the car, he'd let me do it. And then sometimes, like,
God.
he'd come down to my room or whatever, and sometimes, like, listen to what I was listening to.
Interesting.
And Metallica was really the only band that he got into. Well, maybe got into is a strong way to put it, but he actually appreciated it.
Oh, because my old man, there was only 5 words he had to say. You guys have heard it before. There's only 5 words he had to say when I cranked my music as a kid. Turn down that acid rock. Oh, wow. Well, there you go.
DoorDashing Jesus said he spent $450 on Linkin Park tickets.
Dude.
Wow.
It's terrible.
I mean, even with bands that I love, it'd be tough to justify that amount of money.
Absolutely terrible. Well, there you go, Josh. This is funny, and this guy's, he's spot on, and you have to be a little older maybe to get the joke. Eastbound at sundown, Jesus says, the only way I would ever know who Kelly Clarkson is if she married Mike Schmidt, who's an old...
the baseball player.
Right, an old power hitting. He's right. I know 70s and 80s sports. I know 70s and 80s music.
Hey, Travis Kelce tried to grow his mustache. I mean, so there's maybe a little... combination there.
That's brilliant, Eastbound at Sundown, Jesus, because that is accurate. The only way I would know who a modern singer is like Kelly Clarkson is if she married a 70s or 80s athlete like Mike Schmidt. Yes, they have a little bit of an age difference there. I think Mike Schmidt's probably around 75 years old now. I don't know how old Kelly Clarkson.
Be a hell of a power couple right there.
So Kelly Clarkson and Gloria Estefan last night on television, Josh, stood up and sang conga together. The song, the old.
Oh yeah.
They sang conga.
That Mr. Know-It-All song by Kelly Clarkson, that'll bring a tear to your eye right there.
Oh yeah, and you're right though, Josh. She can sing anything.
Yeah, there's nothing she can't sing.
I've heard you say it for years, Josh.
And she seems like a sweetheart.
Kelly Clarkson is engaged to Mike Schmidt or some other Major League All-Star from the early 80s. That would be something.
I had a feeling this was going to happen. People are texting in, shooting their shot with you.
Oh, God.
By the way.
I'm no Taylor Swift, you guys. Sorry. I have no talent.
Well, they're just following your advice.
My advice, I know.
You gave the advice.
Was
You're
it the guy, Josh, who said, okay, I'll shoot my shot. I have an extra ticket for the Rock the River cruise coming up. Will Janelle be my date?
A few people have said they're shooting their shot, but they would like you to talk to their wife about it and just smooth things over.
I'm sure that would go great.
Would you talk to the old lady first? Try to get that. All right, well, there you go. What a wonderful, exciting day. What else is going on today, Josh? Anything?
I was thinking about concert tickets, and somebody reminded me of the story they told. They sold some Taylor Swift tickets. They got at face value and made almost $4,000 selling these tickets. When Miley Cyrus transitioned from Hannah Montana to Miley Cyrus, I was lucky enough to get free tickets from the radio station. We were owned by Disney at the time. They gave me some, and one of the sales guys here told me, he's like, dude, I've got a buddy that will give you $1,000 per ticket for one of those. And this is, I don't know, 20 years ago, a long time ago.
It's a long time ago.
And maybe not 20, it was less than that. But for a split second, I thought about telling my daughter, because I got them for her. She had to cancel. It was there, but I thought, I can't sell these. I got them for free, and she wanted to go so bad.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And I'd never heard of anything like that before. I didn't know she was that popular. I barely knew who she was outside of the television show.
Did
Hannah
you go
Montana.
then?
Horrible.
Oh, no.
Oh, you didn't?
My wife took her.
Oh, okay. I just want to know what you thought.
No, thank God my wife will do all that, like Cheetah Girls and all that kind of stuff. She took her all that kind of thing.
It's so terrible. I feel bad for kids these days. And I don't often say anything nice to kids these days. I feel bad for parents. It's terrible. Your kid wants to go see a friggin' concert. Your kid wants to go see a ball game. Give me a break. It's just highway robbery.
It is.
It's totally unnecessary.
Well, it's not even the tickets, right? It's everything around it. How much were people saying they were paying to park at a Vikings game?
Oh, it's like $50, $60, $100.
Yeah, somebody said $100.
F me.
They paid. And then obviously you want to get a beer. And you understand, right, that's what it's going to be if you go out. But at the same time, it adds up. And if you have a family, it's ridiculous. You got to save up for something like that.
Well, that's why I always talk about how much I love the old Metrodome, and people think I'm joking or think I'm like, well, we got Target Field now. That's worlds better. I'm like, yeah, of course it is. But the only reason I was able to see Major League Baseball games as a kid was because Metrodome prices were dirt cheap. If Target Field was around and I was 10 years old, my parents couldn't afford to take me to a damn game.
I bought a Pepsi at one of those places, and the guy's like, yeah, sorry, dude. He even felt bad. He's like, it was, 20 ouncer. He's like, I'm sorry, this is stadium prices. That's $8. I'm like, oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
When we were kids, if we wanted to go see a North Star game or a Vikings game or a Twins game, wanted to go see a concert, we could use our own money.
Yeah.
We could use our own money.
I keep old ticket stubs from back in the day, from Twins games, concerts, and stuff, and I sometimes look back, and you mentioned Lincoln Park. I saw Lincoln Park at the Quest for $15 back in the day.
And Chester was in the band.
And Chester was still with us. Yes, exactly.
Stanley Cup Finals, 1991. The finals. Mm-hmm. We got tickets for $20.
Oh my gosh.
That's nuts.
All right. This is so much fun having Janelle here early.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's got the staying power to make it till 9.
It's going to be tough.
It depends on when that buzz wears off,
Right?
you know?
Yeah, you're already looking a little funny. Your eyes have already started to close a little bit.
It is funny how many times after our first break, Nick will go, I don't think we can keep this up.
That is true.
You'll say, what more do people want?
That is true. After our first break, when the mics are turned off,
Probably 3 times a week.
3 or 4 times a week, usually one of us will say, well, that's about all I got. I don't think I got anything left.
I'm exhausted.
Oh, God.
All right, before we go, another heads up to our wonderful listening audience on what is being called the greatest in-person radio promotion of the year. And we mentioned it yesterday. We're going to keep letting you know about this because at one point or another, this is likely to sell out. The greatest in-person radio promotion of the year coming up this Saturday at Apple Ford in Apple Valley. Josh and Nick, maybe you've heard of them, will be there from 11 to 1. Apple Ford in Apple Valley. I mean, make plans now. Come out and experience a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity this Saturday at Apple Ford in Apple Valley.
I've never known you guys to do something like this together.
We always ask.
That's why they're calling it, Janelle. I just said the greatest in-person radio promotion of the year.
I might come out for that.
You
Please
should.
stop by,
I hope
Janelle.
folks do. Anybody that wanted to get on the boat, that sold
Yeah.
out, couldn't make it to the fair, couldn't make it to the Bro Style Cancer thing. Yeah, show up on Saturday. Free. There's food trucks. Big savings on vehicle. I sound like a commercial, but
You do.
I'm not trying to. I'm just saying this is the kind of thing that's going out there. I mean, couple grand on
Oh, wow.
on new
That's great.
vehicles. Those guys are awesome out there. I've known them for 20 years.
It's going to be like a Kelly Clarkson concert,
Right.
Whoever the hell she is.
but with a lot more middle-aged to elderly men. That's what this is going. I'm telling you, don't miss it. For God's sake, this Saturday, 11 to 1, Apple Ford in Apple Valley.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
I hear you. I do. I do. I hear you. It's time to fold today's stupid news in half. Thanks again to everyone texting in happy birthday messages. I'm trying to respond to as many as I can. Just in case I don't get around to responding on the text machine, I'll dump it on you now. Thank you very much. Very much. Appreciated. Totally unnecessary. You're a great crowd. You've always been a great crowd. You're the best crowd in town. Good people out there. Couple of pricks.
Yeah, but I like those too.
Overall,
That's kind
good.
of fun. Keeps you honest.
This is good right here, Cubby. A great place to start today's report. The effing drive-through line at your neighborhood fast food joint. By damn, that scene can provide outstanding free entertainment.
I've never seen any drive-through rage. I was a part of a pay-it-forward deal, or pay it backward. I don't know what they call it, where somebody pays for the person behind them, and then they just keep going.
You were in the drive-through line looking for a sandwich and whatnot, and then you found out when you got to the window that the person in front of you had paid for your meal.
Yeah, and then they told us, hey, that's been going on, so you just kind of keep it going.
You've only had good vibes at the drive-through.
Yeah, I will say, I looked behind me, it was just me, and I looked behind me, and there was a minivan, and it was full, so my meal cost considerably more, but it was just kind of nice keeping that going.
Oh, you didn't cut it off? I would have cut it off.
Well, I'll pay for one of them.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for all of them.
Oh, the gimmick is if the person in front of you pays, then you keep that going.
Yeah, you just keep it going, like
And
keep
you
the
pay
love
for the
going.
person behind. I didn't know.
So I've seen goodness I've never seen. I mean, I've definitely been through a drive-thru where you can tell the drive-thru attendant does not want you there. Doesn't want to be there, nothing like that, but nothing exciting.
Oh, you get drunks, fist fights, sometimes a combination of both, which would be drunks engaging in fist fights, half-naked ladies. Check this one out right here. Down there where the effing Gators live, a feller was waiting in the drive-thru line at Popeyes, or as a friggin' douchebag I used to work with would call it, Popeyes.
Never had Popeyes.
I hated him. I hated him for that. I hated the fact that he said Popeyes and he also said hot dog. There are a lot of other reasons to hate that guy.
You guys ever have Popeyes?
No,
Yes.
I saw you guys have a new one in Egan now, Josh.
Well, it's actually been there for a while.
It has, okay.
Yeah,
Well, it was new to me when I drove by it. I was like, oh, they got a Popeyes right there, huh?
It's across the street from KFC. And
Yes, I have tried Popeyes.
What do you think?
It was delicious.
My wife prefers it over KFC. I've never had Popeyes, but I refuse to believe it's better. But that's from a guy that's never had it.
A feller was waiting in line in the drive-thru line at Popeyes in his motor vehicle, naturally. Out of nowheres, a drunk lady walked up to the drive-thru window. She stepped in between the dude's car and the window like it was her effing turn, like a damn line cutter, and nobody likes a line cutter. She apparently showed up in an Uber, but the Uber driver didn't want to wait in line at Popeyes. The lady was, of course, hammered, and she was demanding a Baconator, which is a Wendy's sandwich, not something for sale at Popeyes.
Everybody knows that. Maybe you can get to a certain level of drunk where you forget that, though.
She was demanding for someone or another in the kitchen to make her a Baconator, which is not even available at Popeyes. I guess the poor guy behind the wheel there waiting in the drive-thru, he filmed this drunk gal. She talked about how long she's been waiting for something to eat. She mentioned she's from California, as if that matters to anyone.
You know, people from the coast tend to tell you they're from the coast.
That's true.
You don't even have to really ask.
East Coast, I think, a little more likely to dump that unnecessary information on you than a West Coaster, but you're right. People on the coast, they want you to know that they're not from here. I'm special. But anyway, in the video that this guy took of this drunk lady who walked up to the drive-thru window at Popeye's Chicken, in the video, you can see the lady going back and forth between wanting to fist bump the guy she cut in front of, and then she would morph into a character that looked like she wanted to fight him.
I just want the order that I came here with a whole mess of bacon and
What? Who you came? How you got here? You walked from where?
walked here.
They better give you food.
Hey, man!
Yeah, that's right. They gotta give you food.
I just want my Baconator meal. That's all I care about.
What are you doing?
Baconator meal.
All right,
Okay.
let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Who was that?
Cop.
Oh, that was a cop.
Well, the other guy was filming it, right? So
Yeah.
you heard the gentleman in the beginning.
Yeah.
He's filming it. But you're right. Yeah, she every once in a while, she's like, hey, fist bump me for that. Like she accomplished something.
She's one of those, I'm drunk, so you need to fist bump me or shake my hand every 15 seconds type of people.
When we were kids, we would bike through, like the McDonald's drive-through. We thought it was so cool to be a part of the drive-through.
It was almost like you were in a car.
Yeah, that's how it was, right? I felt so adult.
Right.
Like, here we are. And I'd say we got away with it, or it worked out just fine all but 2 times where they kicked us out.
Get the hell out of here.
They said it was a danger.
Yeah,
a
they don't let
possible
you do
danger.
that anymore.
So you got away with it, too, for a while, or they let you do
No,
it?
even as a kid, we could never get away with it. They say you have to be in a motor vehicle. It can't be on your bike. If you want some food, you got to come inside.
I never even tried to go through the drive-thru on my bicycle. So as you heard there in the audio, the police showed up. They beat this woman unmerciful, and they took her away. I'm not sure if she went to jail or she was allowed to walk out of there. But I love that drive-thru scene. Nothing but fun.
Let's hope she got her Baconator.
Well, yeah, she'd have to go somewhere else, but I hope so, too.
She seemed like she was really passionate about it.
Can I tell you something, Josh, even though I know it's going to start trouble? The Baconator, never tried it.
You know what? I haven't either.
Oh, yeah?
I use that as a punchline quite a bit because
Yeah,
I
you
love
do.
the name.
Yeah.
I haven't either.
Do you guys like cheeseburgers?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Do you like bacon?
I do.
You'd probably like a Baconator.
It's not too much awesomeness.
It's just the right amount.
I don't know. I don't deserve it.
And it's silly.
good.
You do too deserve. It's silly that I've never tried a Wendy's Baconator because I do enjoy Wendy's restaurants like I do 99 out of 100 fast food restaurants. As a matter of fact, guess what lucky sumbitch for dinner last night enjoyed a big bowl of Wendy's chili.
Is it that lucky son of a bitch I'm looking at
This
right now?
sumbitch that you're looking at right now.
Do you get to pick whatever you want to eat on your birthday tonight? Is it all
I've
up to
already
you?
decided what I'm eating for dinner tonight for my birthday. I'm going to be enjoying a hot dog.
Oh, you love hot dogs.
I do. And some sheet cake. Again, with the inexcusably awful Sunshine State, that's what they call it, the Sunshine. The local police down there are looking for a guy who upped and robbed a restaurant. And they say this is very unique right here. I don't think I've ever heard of something like this before. They say the shady sumbitch swam up to the joint, the restaurant, in his scuba gear and wetsuit. So this is an oceanside restaurant type of a scene. He swam up to the restaurant in his scuba gear and wetsuit with the floppy feet or whatever they call those things, the flippers and everything. Okay? He took off all of his underwater gear. He walked into the joint, robbed the place, and then he put his self-contained underwater breathing apparatus and rubber suit back on his body and swam away from the crime.
I'm not even mad. That's pretty. That's like out of a heist movie of some sort.
Very unique. And a lot of work. I've put on scuba gear once before. Jesus balls, I was exhausted just getting dressed. You ever tried to pour yourself into one of those rubber suits?
Yeah, I tried, but they wouldn't let me because I have epilepsy.
And then you hang that oxygen tank on your friggin' back and you put the mask on. It's a nightmare. What happened? You couldn't...
They told me that, like, yeah, we can't let you do that. Maybe they just didn't think I'd look good in the suit and
You
didn't
mean-
want to ruin the image of the business.
Something about breathing the oxygen.
I think it's the pressure,
Oh. So you're not
the
supposed
peer
to...
pressure.
Peer pressure.
I couldn't handle it.
You're not supposed to go deep underwater with epilepsy?
That's what they told me. At
Very
the
interesting.
Place when you filled out this little health deal.
So again, dude swims up to an oceanside restaurant with all of his scuba gear on, gets undressed, goes into the joint, robs it, puts his big oxygen tank on again, goes back into the ocean and swims away. He snatched up a pile of money from a restaurant called the Paddlefish. This was after closing time. He walked on into the manager's office. There still were a couple of employees there, but it was after closing time. He walks into the manager's office. He forced 2 new employees to, hilariously enough, go into the corner. You know what? The new guy's almost always in the corner.
They get sick there.
He forced 2 new employees to go into the corner of the room, like this character is the Blair Witch or something. He told them to close their eyes and tied them up. And he hauled out of there, Josh. He hauled a good $20,000 out of the office.
That's pretty good.
But they say he did not have a weapon. I mean, a spear gun would have been fitting, I guess. But neither of the employees were hurt. He did not have a weapon. Well, how the hell did he get him into the corner like that? How did he...
Maybe they're just freaked out by the outfit.
Well, he was...
I don't want to take a risk that this is a Navy SEAL.
They said he was in and out of there in 2 minutes. I'm thrown by that. There were 2 employees and 1 bad guy. He had no weapon, but he was able to talk them into going into the corner of the room, closing their eyes, and he was able to tie them both up. He must have been intimidating to look at. I don't know. Cops can't find the bastard.
That'd be pretty exciting to be a part of that. I was at a seaside, Boston Harbor. There was a restaurant called the Barking Crab. I'm not a seafood guy. My family loves it. So,
Oh, boy.
I just got a burger, and they
What
ate
the
it.
hell?
It wasn't a Baconator.
Friggin' burger.
By the way, I was told there's mayonnaise on a Baconator. Dana, you got to warn a guy about something like that. He didn't bring it up.
Mayonnaise, he says. Mayonnaise.
Well, you like to add syllables in the middle of things.
I do.
England.
I
And
do.
you like to put a hard syllable
I do.
in the middle of it. And anyways, if we would have saw somebody swimming up there and robbing the place, I would have gladly handed over my wallet just for the entertainment. That'd be pretty cool.
Sure.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Actor Michael Rosenbaum, he knows some of the most talented people in the business.
And we try to bring you candid, open interviews, not just actor stuff. Julie Bowen is fantastic.
You know when you leave a job and you know you haven't done your very best job? I hate that feeling.
And if you're here for the wonderful Sarah Silverman, you came to the right place.
Comedy dies in the second guessing of your audience. You just have to keep writing what you think is funny right now.
The Inside of You podcast.
If you really love the podcast,
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
follow us. It's free.
The Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Oh, F me running. What a wonderful day. Meat even made is how I meant to say it. A wonderful day made even more so by a visit here live from the Norwegian Ox, Janelle Klein. Fresh, this is the true story now, fresh off a gig where she hosted a detectives convention. Fascinating.
I mean, they were pretty interesting.
Fascinating stuff. She was telling us earlier about hanging out with real live police detectives at a detectives convention.
The life you lead. Not a lot of people can say that. That's very cool. Worldwide, detectives from all over.
Yeah, they were really cool to invite me. That was really nice of them.
You deserved it. Thanks for coming in for another visit, Janelle.
Did you think maybe it was a trap?
Today?
No. This convention, you know how sometimes the cops will send, they have a big warrant thing at the Superdome. And they send out all these, hey, you want a free TV? All the guys show up and everybody's arrested at once.
I love that bit.
So maybe it was a sting operation, they got you.
That's one of the greatest bits of all time. Didn't they used to cut loose with that right around the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think that's exactly right.
Or
you want to watch the Super Bowl on an awesome television?
And they would send out an email or a text message to all these felons who were on the run saying, you've been drawn out of a hat. And these guys, they're idiots, number one, that you've gotten yourself in that big amount of trouble. They must be idiots. So they send a text or an email that says, you've won a big screen television just in time for the Super Bowl. Come on down to this location. And the sumbitches all walk in like a row of ants or whatever. They're just stupid. They all walk in.
Big smiles on their face.
Where's my TV? One after another, handcuffs put on.
I've never seen that. That's a pretty swell idea.
Yeah. Whoever came up with that, very, very intelligent.
Pretty
Have you
smart.
ever even gotten a traffic ticket, Janelle Klein?
Yes. You know what this reminded me of, though? Oh, my gosh. This is so funny. So I used to work at a racetrack. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So when my first job out of college, I was working at a TV station, but I didn't make enough money to survive. So I would sell beer at a racetrack on Friday nights.
Yeah.
And some of the sheriff's deputies that I was friends with, they were so funny. They would come to the racetrack and they would carry pictures of the most wanted in the county or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then they would just scan the crowd. And we would be down there selling beer. And the next thing you know, they'd come by with guys in handcuffs.
I'll tell you what.
Wait, he didn't tip yet.
Right, exactly.
If you're looking for wanted derelicts, the local racetrack is not a bad spot to begin.
I literally literally like hold up the picture and then scan the like it was wild.
That's
I
great.
suppose there's certain hot spots.
I'm sure they know, right? I don't know how they do that.
That's cute.
Isn't that good?
Yeah,
Anyway.
so...
And I'm so glad to be here for your birthday.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's been a special day. It
It
really
has,
has.
I mean...
The listeners have been so kind and
nice.
friendly. And
I don't deserve the half of it.
That's
Lots
not
and
true.
So many text messages have come in wishing me
Great
happy.
people.
Josh shows up with cookies and a Jalen Hurts jersey and Gatorade. It's just been wonderful.
we should count the cookies to make sure they're all there because Janelle has been eyeing those.
Oh, I
things.
bet she has.
Oh my God,
I
guys.
want you to have one of these. Josh bought me, got me. It sounds rude to say bought. Josh got me 6 big fat ass cookies from a place called Crumble. You spotted them as soon as you walked in, Janelle, and you said, "Oh my damn."
She recognized that box from 100 yards away.
Yep.
There's a joke about Josh's mom in there somewhere.
Yeah, those have been coming in today.
You are welcome to a cookie when the show is over.
Thank you.
Or do you want to eat one now and try to go on air with your mouth full of cookie?
No, that would be terrible.
All right. So Janelle's fresh off a visit to Chicago. I understand Dana's leaving out of town this weekend. He's going to go ahead and visit Janelle's old homestead, Faribault, Minnesota.
Ooh, nice knowing you, Dana.
I know.
Guys like you, I don't think are going to do too well there.
That's why I wanted to bring this up to Janelle. I even texted her. I'm like, I'm going to need some guidance on how I can get in and out safely without being spotted, without being just face down in a ditch somewhere.
I bet they got your picture just waiting on you.
Well, first of all, why are you going there? What is going on?
Oh, a very good reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a pro wrestling show happening down at the Legion in Faribault.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the post number?
That I'm not positive about. I'd have to pull that up.
Who are the wrestlers?
I don't know. All I know is my buddy is the guest ring announcer for the night, so it's more to go to watch. Of course, I love local wrestling.
You go to a lot of those.
I go to a lot of those. I love them, but the main draw to get me to Faribault is to heckle my buddy when he's in there trying to this match is scheduled for one fall, that type of stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Dana's going down to Faribault this weekend for a local wrestling show. First off, although I think we've heard the story before, how did your friend get a guest gig as a ring announcer?
I'm not really sure exactly how it all specifically worked out. I know he used to do some radio and voice stuff. He definitely has the pipes for it. I think he'll be pretty good as long as the nerves don't get to him of being in the ring.
So this will be his first time doing this?
First
for a
time
wrestling
ever
event?
doing it, yeah.
Okay.
He's a huge wrestling fan like me. We go to a lot of the local shows together.
So did he apply for the gig?
I think he knows somebody who is part of this the wrestling operation.
Oh, I know it, and I know the guy who runs it. This is Paradise City Wrestling.
Yeah.
I know Mitch Paradise. I've worked wrestling shows and got to know, years ago, I got to know Mitch Paradise, a big, strong sumbitch, great performer, Mitch and his group. I've seen this wrestling stable before. You'll have a great time.
Yeah, I'm sure I
So
will.
your friend really is maybe looking to make a few bucks, maybe become their regular ring announcer.
Right, yeah, I think you would love that.
Here's what's effing frightening.
Yeah?
Not just the thought of you as Buddy trying to bust his balls. That was one of our favorite things to do at local wrestling shows for years, is throw that ring announcer off.
Yes.
To throw him off his game was one of our primary goals.
Mm-hmm.
So
Boy, I kind of wonder if you just put a target on his back, too, by saying he's your buddy.
Oh, I
Or
bet I
Dana.
did.
it might not be just you. There might be others looking to cause trouble with your friend and throw him off his game. When we used to go to the shows at First Avenue, there was a ring announcer who was very awkward. He tried, by God, and I should now give him the credit. I didn't back then because I was young and drunk, but I'll give him the credit now for trying. He wanted so badly to land that gig, and he would stumble and stammer, and he'd mispronounce wrestlers' names. So, of course, we were just bloodthirsty, and we pounced on him every friggin' time. One of my favorites was, earlier, Josh, I mentioned that not only am I celebrating a birthday today, but so is my twin brother, but one of our best friends, BP, is also celebrating a birthday today. This was one of my favorite heckling lines. BP would always come to the First Avenue wrestling shows with us, and he was a good heckler. And so, back to this awkward ring announcer that we would always tee off on. He looked like Toby Keith, the country singer.
Okay, yep.
So when he'd get in the ring, we'd immediately start, Toby Keith! We'd holler out to, and he hated it. He hated us because we were there every time. But BP nailed it. One night, Toby Keith gets in the ring, beginning of the show. He's got the mic in his hand, and right as he's maneuvering the mic towards his mouth, right when he's about to speak, BP shouts, "Say something stupid." God, it was so, and it did throw Toby Keith off. He says, but no, I know Mitch Paradise. I know this outfit. I'm sure you'll have a fun time. But back to why we brought it up in the first place. With Janelle's experience and general knowledge of the area and the people, you were looking for tips from Janelle on how a quirky, uncomfortable person like you can get out of there alive.
Right, yeah.
So at what ages did you live there?
I lived there from 12 to 18.
Okay, so you got a handful
6
of
years.
Where were you before that?
I was born in Canby, Minnesota, which is out by Marshall, if anyone knows that area. So I lived there until 5th grade.
You were there from 5th grade through high school.
Through middle school, and then I moved to Faribault.
Oh, I'm
for
sorry.
Middle school and high school.
Right,
yeah.
right.
So you were there, right? Like when you know what the cool kids are like. You know how to fit in.
I mean, I don't know. That's debatable, but I am a little worried about you, Dana.
I am too.
Yeah.
And tell me if you agree with me, Janelle. It's his wardrobe.
That was what my main question was going to be: is how should I dress if I want to fit in?
What are you thinking? Did you lay something out on your bed yet?
Oh,
I was thinking maybe a John Cena T-shirt.
okay. But here's the thing: you dress like a 4th grader.
I do.
You're not going to get away with that in Faribault. If you go down there with your friggin' jean shorts and your Buffalo Bills gimmick, they're going to pop up, power bomb you in the parking lot. You won't even get to see the wrestling
I
show.
won't even get into the show, will I?
I mean, Janelle, help him out. Just a pair of jeans. Do what I do. Get a pair of imitation work boots. Just a plain hoodie and a camouflage baseball cap or something. You'll blend in nicely, and you'll make it out of there.
That's the word I was thinking of in my head, is how do I just blend in and they won't think like, okay, this is some dumbass from Minneapolis who thinks he's funnier and cooler than he is.
I don't know. I almost wonder if it'd be worse if you can't pull it off.
Oh, if they know I'm a poser?
Yeah.
They won't know.
He's trying too hard.
Rule number 1, change your wardrobe. Chanel, I'm going to say rule number 2, don't talk to anybody.
Right.
Should I maybe get like some oil, engine oil on my hands? Look like I just came from working at the repair shop or something?
Sure. Dirty up the clothing a little bit. Make it look like you were laying under a race car all day long.
Yes. All good.
I'm excited, though. It'll be fun. I'm excited to report back, too. I'm excited to see how my buddy does. I told him you got to nail that first one, because if you stumble out of the gates in the first one, the wrestling fans are going to be on you. They're going to sense that fresh meat, and you're going to be screwed the rest of the night.
Say something stupid.
Did he ask you for any tips? I mean, you go to so many of these, you could probably tell him what works and doesn't.
He's seen so many of these in his life,
that's right.
too.
You said he's into them, too. Okay, so he knows.
So he knows what he's getting himself into. And I think he'll be great, but it'll be fun, just to razz him, because that's what you got to do at a wrestling show.
Are you kind of hoping he fails?
Oh, yeah, at least once, yeah.
You got to, a little bit. It's something like that, for sure.
Yeah, you don't want to be too good at it.
Is it just going to be the wrestling, or is there going to be any extracurriculars?
There's going to be drinking involved. I think there's a $2 Corona special. So
Really? Oh, at the Legion?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, gosh, you guys, why aren't we going there on the weekends?
$2, you said?
I don't know.
How much would it be if I brought 2 of my friends?
Oh, my God. It'd be $4. Yay. Did you ever have any events as a kid down at the Faribault Legion?
I have gone a few times over the past few years for this Faribault Sports Hall of Fame banquet at the Legion.
And you would be hosting that
I
event?
was definitely not inducted. As we all know.
Nobody was going to accuse you of that, Janelle.
For a second there, I got lost, and I thought, wait a minute, I thought Janelle sucked at sports.
I do.
So you hosted the Faribault Athlete Hall of Fame. That sounds nice.
Yeah. There's some really, again, you meet some interesting people.
Joel Prisbilla. Oh, no, he's Owatonna. Where's Joel Prisbilla from?
Monticello?
Monticello? Is that? I thought it was south. The Vanilla
it's
Gorilla.
Not Apple Valley and went to Eastville?
Yeah. No, he's one of the few talented athletes to come out of the state that didn't go to Eastview High School.
So you know the joint, the Faribault League.
I do, and I think when I was a kid, it was used as a roller rink sometimes. I could be wrong about that. If I'm wrong, someone text in. But
man,
right?
We used to go round and round at the roller rink.
Yep.
And I knew what I was doing too, Cubby. I could go
Pretty good.
frontwards. I could go backwards, fast, slow, right, left, this way, that way on the roller skates.
Were you like Hal from Malcolm in the Middle?
That's funny. I just saw that episode recently.
Oh, that's so good.
Did you hold hands with any ladies?
Yes, I did. And I even remember the song.
What was it?
There was a gal that I was crazy about in 4th grade. And we were at the roller rink. And I walked up and asked her if she'd skate with me. And I held her hand during the hit single Electric Avenue.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a fun one for a roller rink.
By Eddie Grant. Out in the streets there was violence, he said. And I was holding the hand. We were sweating up a storm. I was pouring sweat, Janelle.
Was it the bunny hop that they... What was the dance at roller rink?
You shoot the duck.
But no, I thought there was something called like a bunny thing where
I
the
don't
girls
recall
asked
that.
the guys.
We call that the snowball at Skateville.
Oh,
and
snowball.
Birdsville.
I mean, that's what it is.
Snowball.
Snowball, you know, bunnies kind of look like snowball. Yeah, snowball. I would always, my move would be like, oh, guys, I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. Just so nobody would notice I wasn't picked for the snowball.
I got a high score on Pac-Man going.
yeah.
You guys go. You have fun. I got to stay here, though.
You know
I
me
always had something. Always something.
Josh would say, you boys know me and my diarrhea problems, so I got to get to the bathroom.
Oh, I'm
here.
going to go call my girlfriend real quick. Yeah. Did I miss the snowball invite again?
Did they happen to play Faithfully, followed by Babe by Styx? I missed it.
Hungry Eyes, yeah.
We got to take a break. We'll be back. I don't think Dana's going to make it home from Faribault. None of us think
Nice
he's gonna
knowing you,
make it.
Dana. It's been a pleasure.
I think the only chance you guys to bring Janelle with you.
Yeah, I think so.
And that she could fight her way out of it.
And I bet we could find somebody in the listening audience to take real good care of that widow of yours. Real good care.
Oh, by the way, I screwed up. The guy who was saying Electric Avenue's name was Eddie Grant. Pop, sip, boom, bam, Grant.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show, Backtracks Edition.
It's Dr. Andrea.
Here to save you about $5,000 and answer your pet questions.
It's Dr. Andrea.
On the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Yes, welcome back to the program. Dr. Andrea is here. The number is 651-989-9393. If you have a question about your pet, Dr. Andrea Johnston, Gurman Animal Hospital in Minnetonka, sponsored each month by the Stray Dog Restaurant and Bar in Northeast Minneapolis. And just for you folks, our beloved listeners, they're offering up to an additional 20% off all online orders with special promo code 93X. All right, you following that? Go to the Stray Dog Northeast website, order your food, type that promo code 93X into your computer, and you're looking at 20% off. We thank them very much for climbing aboard with us. Good morning again, Dr. Andrea.
Good morning.
We're always so thankful and appreciative when you make your way into the building, but I just learned off air we should even double that appreciation because it's just last night you got off a plane ride from Sweden.
Yeah, from Norway, actually. We
sorry.
landed around 6 o'clock.
Man.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So how long is that flight?
Well, it was total of 12 from Norway to Amsterdam and then Amsterdam home.
Man,
you are the toughest character in town.
Kidding.
You got to get back on schedule, right? I mean,
Well,
it's the middle of the day there right now.
I was going to ask, so how many
7
hours?
hours.
7 hours ahead?
Yeah. So.
Very cool of you to show up.
I
after.
love it.
Did you have a wonderful time in
Amazing.
Sweden and Norway?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was fun.
Were you there for 2 weeks?
Like 10-ish days.
10 days.
Yeah.
Was it tough to communicate at all?
No. I mean,
A
you
lot
could
of people
text
speak
and
English?
call. I thought you meant home. You know what's funny? My kids look so Swedish that they would just come up and start speaking Swedish to myself and my kids. And I was like, I have no idea what you're saying.
Little blonde people in your family.
Yeah. So it was a
Big,
good time.
stubborn Swedes everywhere. I'll tell you, you got it done. We appreciate you coming in after such a thing.
Of course.
Now, 651-989-9393 again is the number. We got lots and lots of questions coming in for Dr. Andrea as usual, but I wanted to start with this one, Josh. Off air, I'm reading through text. I think you went off to the bathroom. You're not aware of this, Cubby, or Dana. You went off to the John. I'm reading through text, sitting here with Dr. Andrea, and I said, well, Andrea, it looks like someone has texted in that knows you. And she said, well, how do you mean? And I said, the question is this. Ask Dr. Andrea about her German short hair eating her mother's cookies and the aluminum foil while she was in Sweden. And she said, what? What's the number? I read her the phone number, And you found out this is who texting in, Doctor?
My mother.
This is her mother.
Your own mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Your mother was one of the first people to text.
It doesn't surprise me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of our mothers listen. Josh's mom listens all the time. Dana, your mom listens all the time, doesn't she?
She sure does.
So go ahead, Dr. Andrea. Answer our first text question from your mother about your German short hair eating cookies and aluminum foil while you were in Sweden.
Yeah, I guess she was over at my house. My 17-year-old nephew was watching the dog and the chickens, and he did awesome. No parties, by the way. He did pretty great. But my mom stopped by with some cookies and left him in the car and left the trunk open. And he jumped into the trunk, ate 18 chocolate chip cookies and all the foil.
Oh, boy.
So what do you do in that situation if that happens to your...
Well, I was kind of like, he's fine. Just let him sleep it off and poop it out. But the foil he ate too, and it was like that heavy duty foil.
Oh, no.
So, and you can see that on x-ray. So I'm like, just send him into the clinic. And my amazing business partner took some x-rays, and there was foil moving through, but not enough to be obstructed.
Okay.
He was fine.
He's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Let him sleep and poop it off is something my wife says about me quite often.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'd imagine he'll be on a TSA no-fly list for a little bit.
Yeah, right?
Outside of that, he's doing okay?
He's doing fine.
That is so awesome that your mom texted. And I also let Andrea in on this. I said, this is not because we can see these, we can see the information. This morning was not the first time your mother has texted this radio show.
Oh, really? Did she just text during Andrea's segment?
She did text a couple weeks ago during Andrea's segment. Hi, Andrea's mom. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, very cool. You have a wonderful daughter.
Mm-hmm.
We've been honored to have her on the radio with us. There are a couple questions about food. We'll stay on food and pets.
Yeah.
Property Line Jesus wants to know, can dogs eat large amounts of fish food? I guess a dog got into some fish food.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's harmless. Good omega-3s. I'm not worried about it.
What about jalapenos?
Oh, man. Do they actually want to eat it?
Yes. Benjamin said, my dog loves them more than bacon. He'll eat as much as I give him.
Harmless. It's weird, but harmless.
Yeah, I would imagine that'd be a diarrhea maker.
Or reflux or something.
Yeah.
You know what's a beautiful thing about that half dog, half squirrel that my wife and I have at the house? That little character has almost zero interest in human food.
That's amazing.
I can put a sandwich, a hot dog, whatever, on the table right next to her, and she won't even look at it.
Wow.
Now, she does take an interest in when my wife is making a salad for herself. Obviously, you can tell by looking at me. When my wife is making a salad for herself, the dog gets very excited for little pieces of lettuce, things like that. But I can put a big old salami sandwich or something, Cubby, right there in front of the damn thing, and she don't care.
One of my dogs loves ice. And so,
that is a thing.
Yeah, we got an ice maker on the door there in the fridge. And as soon as he hears just the first beep, he comes running from wherever he is.
Yeah, I don't know why they like ice. It's nice and cool and refreshing, I guess.
Crunchy, you know.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Another very interesting, from the get-go, hell, we got a text from somebody's mother. That's very interesting. This one also very different. Can you ask Dr. Andrea about my 6-foot red-tailed boa? That's a snake.
Wow, 6 feet. That's insane.
Boa constrictor.
Yeah.
This listener asks, someone told me that the snake has been, quote, stargazing. What does this mean and how do I fix it?
Oof.
And you know a thing or two about snakes.
Yeah, well, a thing or two, right? Maybe a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But stargazing in dogs and in snakes is a neurologic sign. So if they are looking up at the sky, kind of wandering their eyes, it's oftentimes a neurologic issue.
Ooh.
In that snake, they can get viral things that can cause that. That I would get that snake checked out.
If a boa constrictor comes into German Animal Hospital, are you the one who steps up and says, I'll handle this, or do you?
I don't think we've ever seen a boa constrictor.
Never seen a boa constrictor?
No.
Are there any animals that freak you out where you get a little bit the heebie-jeebies?
Not like the little guys, no. Honestly, horses freak me out more than anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, because they could kill you.
Yeah, they'll stomp your guts out.
Yeah.
They will.
They sense my fear.
What about...
I think they sense the same thing in me, yeah.
Another food-related one. This is from Retired Liquor Store Jesus. Got a new kitten and an old Maltese. The new kitten eats the old dog's food. Is it bad for the kitten to eat the dog food?
No, that happens all the time. Cats like dog food and dogs like cat food. I don't know why, but it is a thing. It's not harmless, but I would make sure that the cat stays on some type of kitten diet consistently.
Okay.
You can mix it in.
All right, what about ferrets?
Ooh, I don't see many ferrets.
Okay.
They're cute. I have a friend who had a ferret.
Yeah.
Don't they stink?
They do smell.
Okay. Let's see where you can go with this as we're chatting with Andrea Johnston from German Animal Hospital. Is it safe to bomb for fleas if you have ferrets? Of course, they'd be out of the house during the bombing. Varnished Jesus asked that question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we bomb the clinic all the time. If we have a cat or dog come in with fleas, you bomb the exam room. People bomb their house with it. It's just like, bomb is a term, but it's like a spray. It is safe.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to get those fleas out of your house. That's not safe.
No, I mean, I had Springer Spaniels that just were covered in fleas. We're always battling with fleas at the house.
They're a mess.
Yeah.
Hardcore Flooring Jesus has a rescued German Shepherd, 60 pounds. It says that was shot. He was 60 pounds. I'm not sure if they mean when we got him, he was 60 pounds.
Okay.
And now he's 100.
Whoa.
What weight should he be? So I'm guessing 100 is heavy. Your response?
A 100-pound German Shepherd. Yeah, that's a lot.
Wow.
So ideally, you should be able to feel their ribs, but not see them. And shepherds, if you look at them, I mean, they have that big barrel chest and those thin hips. You want to see like a little tucked-in waist. I like to lean on the leaner side of weight with shepherds because they're active dogs.
Most of them are built exactly the way you described them. They are quite lean and long.
I'm guessing you probably can't see that German Shepherd's waist.
Oh,
so
no.
100's too much.
I'd probably say that dog needs to lose like 30 pounds, 20, 30 pounds.
That dog's gearing up to win the belt.
School teacher Jesus, who's probably already back at work or pretty close. Hope you have a good school year. Besides rice and hamburger, what other bland foods do you recommend if your dog can't keep food down?
Ooh, I'd worry why it can't keep food down, first and foremost. Get that checked out. But scrambled eggs, boiled chicken and rice, boiled hamburger and rice, or turkey and rice. Or cottage cheese sometimes, too, I'll use.
Ew, cottage cheese.
Oh, you don't like cottage cheese?
I love cottage cheese.
I don't know what it is about that
Texture,
stuff.
maybe? Are you a texture guy?
I just go running away from cottage cheese.
Looks like spoiled milk.
If it pops in.
It probably is.
It technically
spoiled
is.
milk.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I guess you're right. I'm a
curdled.
dumbass.
All right, I think this is our first cat question. I could be mistaken. From Meat Slinging Jesus a few years ago, he says, had a couple of barn cats get sick and they walked all wobbly. It's happening right now, he says, to a current cat. What might this be?
Ooh, I'd worry it's a viral thing. If they had distemper, if they got something in utero, especially if it's a barn cat, they probably weren't given preventatives or things to prevent viral conditions.
Right.
Or it could be cerebellar hypoplasia, where their cerebellum and their brain hasn't fully formed, so they have wobblers.
Oh, I remember you
remember
bringing
that?
up-
They
yeah.
like bob their heads. Usually that's harmless.
Wobblers. I kind of want to. I want a pet that's a wobbler.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
They're cute.
Barn cats. Oh my God. I've been to people's properties where, I mean, when you close your car door, like 35 little heads pop up looking out. Oh my God.
This person has a 15-year-old cat who walks with a limp on her back legs for about 6 months. Is that arthritis?
Yeah, I mean, cats are so good at hiding arthritis. It probably is. Could be a hip issue or a knee issue. There are new arthritic meds on the market now for cats. There's like monthly shots and things like that I'd get that checked out, get that cat more comfortable. Maybe need an x-ray.
All right, your mom texted again. She wants to know if you'll pick up. I'm kidding. Pick up some beer for tonight. Nail clipping. We're moving on to nail clipping.
Oh, dogs love that.
Oh, we're going to get ours done today. Well, our dog.
My dog hasn't had her nails clipped in 2.5 weeks. What kind of dog is it? I don't.
Wow.
Anyway, my dog hasn't had her nails clipped in 2.5 weeks. My girlfriend claims that this is abuse. How long can I go? It would help if you knew what kind of dog, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, 2.5 weeks. Usually it's like 4, 6, 8-ish weeks to
That's
trim
about
nails.
where we're at, yeah.
You don't need to do it every 2.5 weeks. No.
We do it ourselves, but we have to hold her down because she hates it. Yeah, we all experienced that, haven't we?
So in a situation like that, would you recommend he break up with his girlfriend?
Yes, absolutely.
That's end the relationship.
This has been relationship advice with Dr. Andrea.
Lady Les She's has said, my cat keeps having scabs around his neck. I'm unsure where they're coming from. He does spend some time outside, and they just keep coming around.
Well, that sounds like fleas.
Yeah, it could be fleas. Could be getting in a fight if it's outside with something, raccoons and another cat. I mean, you hear them in the middle of the night screaming. Could be that, or it could be allergies. They can get some skin derm stuff from allergies. So I want to get it checked out.
That is a showdown that you will remember until the day that you die, if you ever are ringside for a cat versus a raccoon.
Yeah.
The noises that my cat was making that night to try and back the raccoon off, I couldn't believe it was the same animal that walked around our house.
It's crazy, isn't it?
They go, oh, I mean, have you guys ever seen that?
No. I mean, I've heard that noise, yes.
Oh, my God. And it was a bloodbath. It really was.
You know, the other interesting thing is a female cat when they're mating.
Really?
Because cats have a barbed penis.
Oh, no.
So they have barbs on it. It's pretty traumatic.
Are they just miserable then?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's traumatic.
Oh, no, I had never heard that before.
Which is the critter that has a corkscrew pecker?
Isn't that a pig?
Yeah, that's a pig.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. They also have pizzle rot, too.
Pizzle rot? What is that?
That's that pheromone, that odor from their penis.
I remember learning about pizzle rot.
Stinks. Worst smell on earth. Worst smell on earth.
We got to give someone in the building that nickname. We got to call somebody Pizzle Rot.
I think, Dana, you're the perfect candidate.
Pizzle Rot.
What's up there, Pizzle Rot?
Oh, man.
We got to take a break. Our guest is Dr. Andrea Johnston from German Animal Hospital in Minnetonka. Our number is 651-989-9393. We'll have time for a few more questions when we come back on the program.
It's Dr. Andrea
on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Welcome back to the Half-Assed Morning Show. Nick, Josh, Pizzle Rot, and our guest, Dr. Andrea Johnston from German Animal Hospital, is here, and she's ready to field a few more questions. I had a couple questions first. Day one of the state fair today.
Yeah.
Are you a state fair person?
I mean, like every other year.
Yeah?
I like to see the animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever performed pet surgery there at the dog barn?
No, I've been asked to, but I haven't ever done it.
Fascinating.
Right? It's fun to watch.
Fascinating to me. Now, well, in the old days, I used to actually walk a couple of vets out and perform.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But now they just show it on video.
Yeah, they don't do it in the room anymore?
As far as I know, I thought that had stopped. But I've always been a fan of the pet surgery display. What about the Miracle of Birth?
Love that place.
Yeah,
I worked there in vet school. It was so fun.
Did you really?
Yeah, super fun.
Were you handling like the little chickadees?
The little sheep, the little baby, the lambs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When those cows give way, that is a mess.
It's insane.
Yes. I like the Miracle of Birth barn. I do. It's adorable. But you see things that you might not be prepared for.
It's unpleasant.
We were going to try and sneak Ashley in there this year, just put her in a pen.
Oh, that's just gross.
But unfortunately, she already gave birth.
Don't you think she would have been fine laid out next to a goat and a cow?
We just put a little bell around her neck or something.
That's just mean.
Here's a very interesting question concerning the state fair and your unlimited abilities as a veterinarian. A listener wanted to know, could you say, like, walk through the cow barn and sift through the feces and diagnose a problem with one of the cows?
I don't think so.
Well, you know what? That's a good question. Are there conditions you can just diagnose by odor?
Well, yeah. I mean, for sure, I can smell a UTI when I walk into an exam room.
Oh, really?
You can smell an ear infection, a skin infection, for sure. Yeast, I can smell.
Is that just experience, or are you taught that?
No, I think it's experience.
Experience?
I mean, it's the same thing like some people, and I can smell my kids when they have strep throat. It's like the certain type of bacteria that they carry.
Well, that's got to be like a mom superpower.
Yeah.
Because we're in different studios, otherwise you'd smell Dana's pizzle rot.
I don't want to smell that.
Odoriferous penis of his.
I'm going to do my best with this from a listener. Dr. Andrea, can she speak for a minute or two on tularemia, rabbit fever?
Yeah, we're seeing that a lot this summer. It's zoonotic, meaning people can get it.
Oh, no.
But cats are getting it, specifically outdoor cats, from coming in contact with wild rabbits.
Okay, that's exactly what's going on here. And so it's tularemia?
Yes, it's a public health concern.
Rabbit fever. My cat goes outside. What do I watch for?
So we have seen one case at our clinic in the past year, but you have to report it to the state when you see it.
Serious?
Yeah. So they get a super high fever, like 106, 107 degrees.
Jeez, Louise.
They get oral ulcers, and they are downright sick. And you just kind of have to support them through it, but people can get it.
So when you handle that kind of a thing, you got to put on like the hazmat suit.
Yeah, we have to take when you find out, when you diagnose it, you're like, who came in contact? What did you do? And the state asks you questions too.
Jeez,
yeah,
Louise.
It's pretty nasty.
Never
We're seeing a
heard of
lot of it.
That's too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a person, Steelers fan Jesus, has a 13-year-old Chihuahua, Jack Russell. He's concerned he might be going deaf. The dog, not him. Is there a way to check to see if he's losing his hearing, or is he just realizing he doesn't have to listen to me anymore?
Selective hearing.
If that's the case, I have a 13-year-old boy at home who might be going deaf.
I have a couple of those. A lot of times they lose like the mainstream level hearing first, and they can hear like the high pitch and the low pitch or the vibrations. But at that age, they're going to lose their hearing. It's just a reality, just like a person.
Yeah. We were talking earlier, thanks to a text from Dr. Andrea's mother, we were talking earlier about your poorly behaved German Shorthair.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a question about a German Shorthair. I'm looking at buying one, a listener says, a puppy. Everyone tells me they're psychopaths and very hard to calm down. Is this true?
So I tell people they are like 0 to 100. If they are run and exercised and hunted, or they go far at the dog park or whatnot, they will be the best dogs on your couch.
You got to wear them out.
They got to be worn out.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't just be sedentary at home.
Like a border collie.
Yes. Yep.
Ah, cute little German short-haired puppy.
This person's dog developed red around his mouth, and he's licking his paws a lot. Do you have any suggestions for that?
Yeah, it's so funny. One of my technicians at the clinic is like, the day the state fair opens is the day ragweed comes out and dogs get allergies. So, and my guess is an allergy. I'd get your dog on some allergy meds or get it checked out. Might have a skin infection too.
How about a dog that ate a big batch of ghost peppers?
Oh.
Poof.
Oh, dude.
It ate them? It chose to eat them?
Apparently so. This is, I guess I don't have a name connected to this text. 4 years ago, I was growing ghost peppers to make salsa. My dog decided to eat the ghost peppers. Ever since, he's had stomach problems. Is there anything I can do to help him? This is a Blue Heeler Rottweiler mix. Fascinating, like you were hinting at, Dr. Andrea, that the dog would even take an interest in such a thing.
I mean, their stomachs are different than ours. I don't think the stomach upset is related to the ingestion of the ghost peppers. Their stomach acid is like insanely strong.
So after 4 years, you don't think?
No,
okay.
I think it's unrelated.
Okay.
But that's interesting.
Drinks a lot of water and pukes, so that's common.
Yep.
Okay.
I know.
It's funny when they do that.
You've answered this question before.
You like that? Yeah. You get a kick out of fresh dog vomit on the floor up here.
Well, when it's just water, it's just like, you dumbass. You knew
you drank too fast.
Yeah. I've done that with tequila, but never water. Okay, apologetic Jesus. A few people text us in, and I know you've answered it before, but we get so many. It's good advice that probably get out there again. What age do you recommend having a dog spayed or neutered? People always text in and say, I hear mixed.
Yeah. So it's changing now for male dogs. They're recommending, if they're active male dogs, closer to 18 months to 2 years of age, because it helps them develop their tendons and prevents them from tearing their ACL ligaments, things like that. So I would wait. Female dogs, I would not do it after I would wait for one heat cycle or before that heat cycle, but nothing longer. Otherwise, they have a higher risk of breast cancer.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got to wrap it up, Dr. Andrea. I guess I'm not exactly sure where you're supposed to take this text. We can close out with this. Someone texted in to say, cat snot. What's up with that?
It depends. It depends. My guess it's probably an upper respiratory infection.
Cat snot.
Cat snot.
Dog puke on the floor. Cat snot everywhere. Pizzle rot. I can smell it across the room. What a...
Do you? I don't know if this is a joke or not, but I know we're running late. But this person wants to know, my dog ate a rabbit. What should I do?
Oh.
I mean, nothing. Just watch for GI symptoms and check a fecal sample. Make sure there's no parasites.
Ew, the breath, I would imagine, is something after.
I mean, the amount of dogs that eat rabbits at our clinic come in.
My friend's dog actually ate a rabbit last night, and she told me that she had a little funeral for the rabbit.
Oh.
The guts and the head and the eyes and everything. They'll eat everything.
They will.
All right, here's the deal. We got to get going. But Dr. Andrea, just for the record, for you fans of her work here on the program, she will be ducking by tomorrow night at our event at the Wayzata American Legion, our Brost Out Cancer event. So if you bought a ticket and you're going to be there, you'd have an opportunity to show your appreciation to Dr. Andrea and say hello. And we thank you so much for being able to stop by tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That is very cool.
You're a busy lady, for Christ's sake. You just got off the plane from Sweden. So we appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I'm excited.
Thank you again, Dr.
Yeah, thank you.
Want to give a shout out to podcast listener Garbage Truck Driver Sheezes. Today's her Friday. Going to the fair tomorrow with her handsome boyfriend of almost 8 years, and she would do it at the state fair and at her booth.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Actor Michael Rosenbaum, he knows some of the most talented people in the business, and now he's getting the inside story.
Talking with Josh Duhamel, did you ever suffer with anxiety?
I would put tremendous pressure on myself to deliver, because if I didn't know what else I was going to do.
David Tennant, if you could do Hamlet, nothing should make you nervous.
I was on the floor of my dressing room in the fetal position.
I've been there.
The Inside of You podcast.
I hope you enjoy the podcast. We talk about mental health and life and all that stuff. Thanks for being here.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
93X, the home of the half-assed morning show.
Jeez. Let me tell you something. You had to be there. You simply had to. Thanks for dialing up the 93X half-assed morning show. Love these big crowds. We saw the ratings yesterday.
Oh, my gosh.
We got some big crowds out there, and we appreciate it. Yeah, I can't wait to get my bonus. Where the hell should we go with this next, Josh? Adult sleepovers.
I can't remember the last time I had one of those.
You've had adult sleepovers?
I mean, I'm just considering like staying at a friend's house after a night out or something, but it's never been where a friend's like, hey, you want to come sleep over? Since maybe 6th grade.
Right, like when you were a kid. You'd go to a sleepover, right? It says here, right in front of me, that some grown folks are trying to start a new stupid gimmick called adult sleepovers. Now, to me, Cubby, that sounds like a great way to walk into a bedroom and find your wife getting wheelbarrowed by one of your slow-pitch softball teammates.
That's what I'd assume was going to happen.
Yeah.
Someone's getting pegged. If one of my friends just out of nowhere said, hey, do you want to come sleep over? I would think, we're into swinging now. Something like that.
That's right.
Versus if, hey, I live 2 hours away, we're going to go drinking, you can just stay at our place. That's a whole different story.
Well, here's a guy that texted in and said it's called a fishing trip. Well, a little different. That's not what they mean. They don't mean 4 or 5 drunks in a bunkhouse, that smell like walleyes and Steve Weisers. They're talking about adults, a group of them, men, women, all together, doing the old school like Josh described. It's right here. You sit around, you eat popcorn, you watch movies till 3 o'clock in the morning. There's no pressure to dress up. What? No expensive drinks, no worrying about having to go home, just hanging out and laughing like when we were kids. Oh, my God.
It does sound kind of fun. I don't think I've ever...
Oh, come on.
I don't know. I'd feel kind of silly.
Come on.
I mean, go ahead. If that's what you're interested in, cool. My son has sleepovers constantly. The neighborhood kids are sleeping over.
You know what that means later in life? He's going to hate it. I mean, like Josh was just saying, there's a couple activities that might lead to a group of adults all spending the night together in the same house, and one of them is called a swingers party. Other than that, and here's where I'm going with your kid, Josh. I don't like people sleeping at my house anymore. We're not 20 years old anymore. Get out of my house. Get a cab ride and get out of here. And maybe that's because for many years, my house was part tavern, part motel. I always had bodies sprayed out all over the floor, and I didn't mind it then. Now, I don't want anybody spending the night.
That does make sense. From the stories you've told, it kind of seems like your house was a crash pad for you and all your buddies.
It was a lawless tavern, motel, garbage pile. Always bodies. And again, when I was young, didn't mind it at all. Matter of fact, I kind of liked it because I knew when I woke up the next day, there'd be someone to drink with. There'd be someone to hang out with. There'd be someone to go to breakfast with. But now, I don't like anyone sleeping at my house. I want silence and darkness. I don't want any movement in the middle of the night.
You do get to a certain age where there's something about your own bed and not wanting people crashing, like you just said.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, we're old enough, get a hotel if you're going to be in town or something like that.
I want some person there, even if they're a friend. Get out of here. The one time Wang spent the night and then his damn car wouldn't start the next morning because he was cold out. I had to hang out with Wang until 5, 6 p.m. when someone came and towed his car.
Can that guy ever catch a break?
No.
A couple people are texting in saying they do exactly this. They have adult sleepovers.
Really?
Yeah, just invite folks over for some pizza and movies, and just like when you were a kid.
Are they in their 20s? I mean, there's all types out there. I just know I would just feel so silly. But go ahead. Yeah, I mean, that's your thing. I'm surprised to hear that. I'm surprised to hear that anyone is still doing this as a grown person.
Wouldn't you assume? I mean, if I was invited to a sleepover, I'd think, there's going to be some action or something. That somebody's looking for something.
Yes. If one of my pals called me today and said, yeah, me and my wife would like you and your wife to come over Friday night, movies, popcorn, stay up late telling jokes. Oh, we're also inviting this couple and that couple and this. I would think, oh my God, we're going to have sex.
Or I'd be roasting over a spit in some sort of human sacrifice.
Or
I wonder about that too.
Yeah, you're in a pit in the basement, Josh.
I'm going to be skinned and drawn in a torture room.
Now, that being said, I do wish sometimes my wife and I had friends that would want to do game nights or like go try different. I knew I shouldn't have brought this up. I'm just trying to be honest.
You couldn't see me, but when he said game night, I flinched.
Yeah, I mean something like try different restaurants, But I don't really want to have a sleepover. I'm good wrapping it up and going home.
Go home.
You've never wrapped it up in your life.
Well, I did it first. Then I realized that's less fun.
So someone on Reddit is throwing out this idea that adults should plan old school sleepovers with their friends rather than a standard night out at a restaurant or a roadhouse. And I already mentioned out loud, they said, think about it, movies, snacks, talking until 3 a.m. Number one, I'm not staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning for any damn thing anymore.
No, that's frustrating.
Anything.
Nightmare Jesus said sleepover versus DUI. Yeah, that's not what we're talking about. Totally. Yeah, we mentioned that, like, if you get too drunk. And
Get a cab ride.
Yeah, that's completely different. Yeah, nobody's suggesting that. This is more just, it's intended like, hey, come on over. We're going to do some stuff like we were kids and you sleep over.
But, if this guy wants to bring it up, I'll go ahead. If my drunk friend is at my house and he can't get a cab ride, I might ask him to drive. That's how badly I don't want anyone sleeping at my house anymore. This isn't getting the most positive response online. But what does anymore? What does? But they say you save money on food and drinks. Everyone can have fun without worrying about driving home or taking a Uber. One individual who commented on the subject here on social media said, I like being social from time to time, but I'll do everything in my power to end up in my own bed with nobody else there.
Wonder why that is. I'm the exact same way.
I know. You've been that way since you were a kid.
Yeah, I mean, even the Wisconsin broadcast, I'll stay as late as it goes, real super late in the night, and then I'll want to drive home. I just like being home.
Yeah, I know other folks like that as well, Josh. Yeah, back in the day, I remember many times waking up after a crazy night at my old house, and sometimes it would take me a while to identify who it was that was sleeping on my floor, couch, or guest bedroom.
I don't recognize that person.
Sometimes I wouldn't know who the hell they were because it was someone who paired up with a friend. Who the hell is this? Now I can't imagine. I'd be so aggravated by that. It's funny how people change. I've completely changed in that department. Felt bad for my dad a lot of the time because he'd come home from driving over the road truck and he'd walk into just, it looked like
Bedlam.
Bedlam. Whether we were, sometimes he'd walk right into a full-on party. And he was always really cool about that. As long as we had a few beers for him, he'd be cool about that. But I was more specifically talking about he'd come driving in the morning, and we're all 15, 20 people still unconscious. He's got nowhere to sit. You know what I'm talking about? People are sleeping in his favorite chair. We were pretty... A window had been punched out. He's got to ask how that happened. You know what I mean?
People hooking up in his bed.
Oh, I did that. I did that. And once he did walk in on me.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This person says they're 39. My BFF, who asked me to be his best man in his wedding, has a handful of sleepovers a year. We order food, play video games, Magic the Gathering, watch anime. It's cool as hell, but my wife thinks we're dorks.
Yeah. I can see how she might come to that conclusion. And I just said a minute ago, Josh, it's funny how people can change. If there's one message I want to put forward this morning on that subject. If I could change, and you can change, everybody can change. What movie Rocky IV?
Half-assed morning show 93X.
Oh, my damn. Before we get out of here, we got to go pretty soon. We were talking about adult sleepovers, just like back when you were a kid. Everybody comes over. You stay up all night, joking back and forth, eating pizza, watching movies. Not my thing. But a few of you seem to be into the idea of adult sleepover. I just don't like anyone spending the night at my house anymore.
I'm kind of like that, too, and I hope that doesn't come across as dickish. I just kind of like it to be...
Why would you be... No one thinks you're a dick.
Rude. I don't want to be rude. Or vice versa. I don't really want to stay at somebody's house.
You're not a dick. You're not rude.
I like my home bed, home bowl, all that stuff.
Sure. Now, when we were talking about it a few minutes ago, I had forgotten. I used to embarrass the hell out of myself when we were younger. And it was more acceptable for everyone to crash, after a night of drinking. And here's how I'd embarrass myself. When I'd really get hammered back in the day and I fell asleep in your guest room or whatever, I'd sleep till noon. And that's awkward. Well, not lingering because I'm unconscious, for Christ's sake. It'd be one thing if I woke up at 6 a.m. and just hung around all day. I love to sleep, and I'm the best in the county at sleeping. And when I was young and I'd get really hammered, I'd stay down until noon. So you can imagine, Josh, everyone else woke up at 7 or 8, left, and whoever's house I'm at, they're sitting there waiting for me. They were nice. They could have easily kicked the door open and said, get the hell out of here. But kind of awkward. Everyone else has been awake for 4 hours. I walk out. It's noon.
Yeah.
I'm just a pile of garbage.
They've already come and got back from breakfast.
Oh, yeah. Kids are napping and things like that. What happened? I would stay down for a long time. Here's a listener texting in on the subject. My rule of thumb, he says, this is local 386 Jesus. If you are over 30, you can't spend the night. And I won't help anyone over 30 move either. Yeah, that moving thing. Oh, my God.
Never again.
Miserable, miserable days, weren't they? For a stretch of time, if you weren't going, when you were younger, if you weren't going to a wedding, you were helping somebody move. And it sucked every time, except for one time. We found my buddy's girlfriend's vibrator under the bed. We had fun with that.
I'm sure you did.
Was she okay that you found it?
She
or
was
not mortified?
A little embarrassed. She laughed quite a bit. It was called the Widow Wabbit. It said so right on the vibrator. It was printed in red letters. It said,
yeah?
Widow. We were moving their bed, and we lifted up the box spring and the what do they call it? The bed frame, and right under her side of the bed, the Widow Wabbit. We called her out on that, by damn. We did right quick. Minneapolis Dan, Jesus, texted in also about the sleepover thing. Oh, he says, you're free to spend the night at my house, but know that I will stay in bed until I hear you leave.
I've definitely done that before.
What's the best way, Josh? We learned this years ago from an old friend of ours. What's the best way to get someone out of your house after they spent the night?
Strong cup of coffee. Might percolate things in your gut, a number two, and they're not going to want to do that at your house.
Well, specifically, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Specifically, they were talking about a one-night stand.
Yeah, that's what she meant.
Brilliant.
Yep.
If you have a one-night stand and you wake up and go, oh, God, that was fun, but I kind of want this sumbitch out the house, make them a strong pot of coffee, give them a cup. Within minutes, nature takes its course, and most folks don't want to unleash the flurry. How do you say it?
Fury.
Most folks don't want to unleash the fury in the home of their one-night stand.
Yeah.
Love that. I love that approach. Here's an interesting question about the vibrator that we found. Are you sure the vibrator was my pal's girlfriend's vibrator and not his?
Oh, yeah, you made some assumptions there, didn't you?
I did. Well, it was her side of the bed. It could have been his. And this is all I have now on spending the night at someone else's house. How would you deal with this, Josh? Dude says, one night I went to bed. He had people over. One night he went to bed. When he woke up the next day, someone who wasn't there when he fell asleep was sitting in the living room watching television.
Man.
Are you following what I'm saying here? Yeah. When he went to bed, this guy was not in the house. And we woke up the next day, that guy was sitting in the living room watching television.
Hey, what's up, dude?
So,
it's like a comedy movie.
Yeah, when the hell who are you? When did you get here?
He helped himself to a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, just sitting there watching TV.
Oh, it's been a while since I've had. That's a good cereal right there.
Were there any other bodies? Were there any victims? That would weird me the hell out.
Yeah.
Who the hell is this guy? All right.
I've never lived I grew up in a commune and there was people over all the time.
Right.
But I never had your experience. I never had a roommate that was crazy popular. I was never crazy where there was just people staying over all the time. I've never really experienced that.
Maybe it was you that wasn't super popular.
Well, I just said that, yeah. I threw myself in there, too.
You did. I'm sorry, I missed it. So when you were a single guy, you move out the house, you had roommates.
Yeah.
But the two of you never had a party, never had an all-night, never had anyone spend the night?
Barely at all.
What the hell were you guys doing?
Something wrong. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. But it was just never an experience I really had. Like a party house type of situation.
Oh, God. Sometimes people would break things and then they wouldn't tell you, would they?
No.
They didn't want it. They weren't adult enough to admit that they broke something, right? And so then everyone leaves, and you wonder, well, who broke this window? Who broke the door on my fridge or whatever? And then whoever did it could easily say, oh, I don't know. That was Chicken S.
I was at a high school party where a guy completed with himself and left
Wait, time out. You were at a high school party where somebody jacked off?
It's more detailed than that, but I shouldn't give out too many details. Yes.
Jesus.
And people he just was on the couch in the basement going for it, didn't care who was around.
So he's like a sick pervert.
He didn't come across that way. I shouldn't use that word. He didn't seem that way, but afterwards, obviously, you realize that.
If you beat off in front of an unwilling crowd, that makes you a sick pervert.
If there was a lineup of people who you had to guess who beat off in front of a crowd, I would never pick him. He'd be the last guy picked.
I'm sorry I blew up the way I did, so I'm not sure what happened. So
he finished. And
in front of people.
I left. I went down there, saw what was going on, and I'm like, okay, this is not for me.
But there were people watching him.
Yes.
Okay.
Not on purpose, right? They just kind of walked in, he was there, and then most people left like I did. But he finished on a towel, right? And he threw it. Again, this is a high school party.
Good Lord.
Throws it behind the washing machine.
Yeah.
And my friend's mom found it and had asked my friend, what the heck is going on here? So he had tried to explain. So that's how they found out about the party, is because some guy threw the rag back there after taking care of himself.
What's wrong with you Catholics?
Hey, don't throw all of us in there.
This is what you do at parties?
No, that's what he does at parties.
God dang. I had something. Yeah, see, I had buddies who would... You mentioned this earlier, I think, Josh. Wait, it wasn't a sleepover. It's a beer party where everybody crashed there, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference. I had buddies who would use my damn bed and not tell me. You know what I mean by use my bed? They'd drag a gal in there, and then they wouldn't tell me. And I'd get in the bed.
Oh.
And sometimes there were things left in the bed. And you know what kind of things... Yes. Yeah, so I guess now it's more obvious why I don't want anyone spending the night at my house anymore. And I haven't for years. They'd leave things in the bed.
I wouldn't appreciate that.
And I crawl in there.
Your own is bad enough, but somebody else's.
Jesus. Well, we got to go.
The Half-Ass Morning Show. 93X.
Yeah, we hope everyone's having a good time. Welcome back to the 93X Half-Ass Morning Show, joined this morning by our close pals, C. William Miles and Janelle Klein. Thanks, both of you, for coming in.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well-traveled folks, the two of you. We got on the topic earlier of tourist traps. You want in on that real quick? What's the biggest tourist trap spot you've ever visited?
Plymouth Rock.
That's great. That's one that did not come up when we discussed it earlier. We talked about Vegas and Niagara Falls and what's the big hole out there?
The Grand Canyon.
No one. That's fascinating. Tell us about Plymouth effing Rock.
I mean, it's literally a rock sitting on the beach, and they built kind of like a little, I don't know, barrier around it. But you hear all about it, and there's all these people going to it, and you walk up and you're like, that's it?
Yeah.
It's just a rock.
You could have seen that at home.
That's where the first boat knocked into America, whoopity-doo. And
yeah.
Did you have to do a story from there? You're traveling with your...
I was in Boston, and I just went, and I was like, this is it?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't super easy to get to. I mean, you had to you had to work at it. And
winding roads and whatnot.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
God dang, the Plymouth Rock. That's all this damn thing is. What about you, C. Willie?
Wall drug.
Wall drug.
Yeah, that came in a lot via text. It was also on the official list.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Rugby, North Dakota.
Tell us about Rugby, North Dakota.
Oh, it's the geographical
center of North America.
Center of North America.
Oh.
And it's just a stake in the ground.
That's it?
No more information other than that.
And you drove by and took a look at it? And
I was on Highway 2. I was heading across toward Montana, so I thought, what could it hurt?
The geographical...
It hurt a lot.
Yeah.
It hurt a lot.
The center of North America.
Yeah.
And
it's in Rugby.
Center of nowhere. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Did a whole show about it.
You did a show about it? What do you mean?
My God.
You made fun of it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I can see why.
guy thought I was a genius. He goes, how did you make 30 minutes of a show about rugby? I'm a professional, sir.
Got to be creative. Tourist traps. The best text we received earlier when we were talking tourist traps was from a listener who goes by the name of Runs from Ice Jesus. He joked around by saying, the American dream is the biggest tourist trap of them all. Speaking of the American dream, a new report says this. It says living the American dream now costs over $5 million.
Wow. I've grossly overpaid.
That's up 14% from last year due to the rising costs of retirement, health care, raising children, and everything else. So, goes without saying that spending wisely can go a long ways today. Spending wisely can go a long way. People on social media have been talking. And here's what they've been talking about. Someone asked this question: what's the most expensive thing you've seen somebody buy and then they basically never use? I mean, to open up the conversation a little more, feel free to admit if you've bought something expensive and you never used. So one or the other, something you've bought yourself or something you've seen someone else buy, very expensive, and then they never lay their hands on.
Twice.
Go ahead.
I bought 2 Xboxes at varying times, and one of them I never even turned on. I just gave away to a kid.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the other one I gave away to a friend who's into it. I just thought, I want to start playing video games, and I just never did.
So generous of you.
I was with a buddy who went to a shop, and it was kind of fun. He was picking through catalogs on the perfect boat, and he ended up and this is 15 years ago. I think the boat ended up like at 130 some grand. I don't think that boat ever got wet.
Oh man,
this was a friend of yours?
A buddy of mine, yeah.
By the way, that video game story, I did the same thing with a
Nintendo.
No, what was the one where you physically...
Wii.
Yeah.
I did the same
Nintendo
thing.
Wii.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a Nintendo Wii. I apologize. Yeah, I used it 5 or 6 times, actually. Had a couple buddies come over. We do the bowling thing. And then I realized, well, I'm never really going to use this thing. I gave it to a kid.
I did it actually 2 other times. I got a job simply at County Seat back in the day, clothing store, simply to get a pair of Oakleys and some Gerbeau jeans. And I tried them on. I felt like a douchebag, and I just gave them to some buddies. Same exact thing.
Oh, Josh.
It wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
I don't know why you didn't just bring them back and get the money back.
I didn't think of that until you brought it up right there.
Janelle Klein, C. Willie Miles, have you bought something wildly expensive and then by God, after a stretch of time, you realize, I never used this stupid thing? Or do you have a friend who's made a ridiculous, either one?
I don't have friends like that.
No?
Yeah.
The top answer from social media was a motorhome, RV, or camper.
I think a lot of people did that during COVID. Remember how that was kind of the rage? 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, travel was hard.
Hashtag van life.
Yeah. Yeah.
A buddy of mine is an electrician, and he said the majority of his week was putting in hot tubs for folks. There's so many hot tubs during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Motorhome, RV, or camper, and by damn, they will cost you some money these days, unless you get that tiny little egg-shaped thing that you know what I'm talking about, where only one person can kind of slide into it. It weighs about the same as a skateboard.
Cabins, or not, what are those called? Not a cabin, timeshares. I've known people who have done that, and then they end up rarely ever using it.
I always hear horror stories, about that setup. Okay, other items that people have bought, very expensive, and then they basically never use. Pricey accessories like a purse or a blingy watch. I've never been into watches. I
tried an Apple Watch, and it wasn't really for me.
I did have a really nice watch once, and I had it on my wrist for quite a few years. It was a Christmas gift. It was kind of cool back in the day, Josh. It had kind of a thick
I remember that, the big leather one.
Yeah,
It was more like a wristband.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought it looked cool, but when it broke, it was a gift. When it broke, I don't really care whether I'm wearing a watch or not. It did its purpose for a while.
I know a guy who bought a $3,000 cappuccino machine.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
And I thought that was ridiculous. And I had mentioned to a friend, I'm like, have you ever heard of something like that? And he's like, I have one. And both of them do use it, like, every day. He even does, like, the fancy little design.
Put a little heart on there on top.
Yeah,
and
or a
stuff?
leaf or something like
I mean, I suppose if you're going to spend that kind of money, you might as well let her buck. Either one of you have any friends who like the expensive purses, expensive watches? Because I don't get either. Your wife? Yeah.
Yeah. What time?
She likes the fancy.
No.
He's quiet about that.
Purses. What is it? Gucci? I don't even know.
No, I mean they're Michael Kors, Prada.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't go. She goes like quiet, expensive, not like Louis Vuitton or Gucci.
Right.
Nothing with a bunch of letters on it, and
But more than most would spend on a handbag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, you remember, I'm sure. So my brother and I, our leases always timed up on our pickups, right? We would lease, and he always got the really nice one, and I always get kind of a base model one. But what would happen is he'd be way under his miles, and I'd be over on my miles. I would switch for like a year. Remember, I would be driving his vehicles.
Yes.
We would switch forever, and mine would come back with barely any. I'd catch up immediately.
Yeah.
Because I'd be driving this much nicer truck. That was a good gig. I want to get that back.
Dude,
We've done that in a few
This
years.
is a friend of yours?
My brother.
Your brother. I remember that now. I do remember that. He'd buy the fanciest effing truck, but he never went anywhere?
He just didn't, because he'd have a take-home car for work. And so he never put any miles on it, and he just wanted his miles to get used.
Some of these answers are really ridiculous, like Josh just mentioned, a $3,000 cappuccino maker. Again, the question is, have you or someone you know ever bought something really expensive, and then the damn thing just sits there? They never use it. A commercial-grade deli slicer.
Who's got space for that?
I've kind of wanted to get one of those.
Just for sandwich?
I would never do it, but...
You're cutting up sandwich meat?
Yeah, I'd like to go buy a giant ham and just run it through that thing.
They cut it up for you, and they put it in a package. It says Oscar Mayer on it, for Christ's sake.
Less satisfying and less danger.
One thing I notice in people's kitchens is those fancy KitchenAid mixers, that cost like $500 at Target. I see those and I ask my friends, how often do you use that? They're like, well, we put it in the wedding registry. We've used it once.
That seems like, one of those things where maybe people your age really want, or in my grandmother's age, really wanted one of those.
They're all the rage with people my age, and everybody has them. Nobody uses them.
You're right. They're expensive.
They are stupid expensive.
Shocking. A lot of people texting in on exercise equipment. All those Pelotons.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely part of it.
The treadmill just turns into a clothing rack.
I feel a little guilty. I just bought a new guitar, and I haven't picked up a guitar more than once, I think, in a year and a half, and I'm hoping this kind of changes it. So this might be one of those things where it just ends up hanging on a wall.
What do they want these days for... Not trying to be rude, but what do they want these days for a new guitar?
Oh, shoot. I mean, you can go from like $200 up to several thousands.
Middle of the road.
Middle of the road, like, you could get one for under $1,000.
Okay.
Certainly, like a decent one.
Smart fridges are next on the list of ridiculous, expensive items that, you never use. Specifically with a giant touch screen. Mm-hmm. I don't know why the hell you'd need that. All I got in there is like a bottle of chocolate milk and some lunch meat. Why does my fridge have to be a robot?
Well, some of them have like cameras in them, right? So if you're at the store and you're like, do we need milk?
Oh, for Christ's sake.
You can see if you need milk.
Are you serious?
Or you could put a grocery list on it and stuff like that.
Doesn't that sound unnecessary, though?
I have a smart dishwasher. We had to replace our dishwasher, and it is kind of cool. It'll tell you, hey, it's done, bruh. And then you can go.
Doesn't it just ding?
And you can get it going if you want.
Hobbies, crafts. Specifically, they pick on craft rooms, craft supplies.
Oh, yeah. When we were looking for houses, like sometimes you'd go in the neighborhood where they had some crazy expensive ones just for fun to see what's going on. And they'd have craft rooms in there.
Craft rooms?
Like
what are you making in there,
gift
pants?
wrapping,
I know a guy who made pants out of hemp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My parents made their wedding outfits.
Smoking.
So what are we doing in the craft room?
Well, what I saw was a lot of like wrapping paper and stuff like that. You go in there and scrapbook and wrap presents. Hardcore Flooring Jesus bought a $40,000 ice castle, and it's seen the ice once.
Wow.
I knew they were expensive. I didn't know they were that expensive.
Oh, you can make them however you want them. And, I mean, that's a shame. That's a shame. That was tops on our list, motorhomes, RVs, or campers on expensive things. If I got myself dialed into one of those fish houses, I'd be the next Al Linder or what was this? Yeah, I'd be out there all the time because I would feel terrible otherwise.
40 grand, yeah. Feed ingredient hauling Jesus says, what about the bike I got and rode 2.5 miles? Well, not to be a dick, but it was 2.8 miles.
that bicycle didn't cost you that much.
No, it was a few $100, and I thought, this would be a fun thing to do with my son. And yeah, we rode it home from the bike shop, and since then, I've just kind of moved it to different places in the garage.
Well, let's put some pegs on that bad boy and go cruise around Egan, Josh.
By the way, back to exercise equipment. Does everyone have at least one piece of exercise equipment in their home that never gets used?
No, we have them, but we do use them.
I use mine.
Yeah, see, Josh and his wife, they want to live forever. So they're always on their exercise equipment. Janelle, do you have a piece of exercise?
I don't. I've never bought any, but I mean, I've been like member at a gym when I didn't go enough.
Right.
Right.
We have one. We have one in the basement, in the cat's room, basically, the litter box room. So if you do go in there and work out, boy, it smells great in there. It's a bicycle type thing. I've never driven it.
Yeah.
But it's a bicycle type thing, and I think it'll make you stronger than.
Yeah. I have a bench and free weights because I don't do free weights when I go to the gym. So I'll do that in my garage.
Bench press?
Mm-hmm. And then I have a speed bag.
Oh, cool.
Do a lot of...
that gets exhausting.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. It's good for you. Good cardio.
Oh, not equipment, but I did buy P90X back in the day, and it was about P3X for me, about 3 days in before I threw the towel, and that was about it for me.
Boy, that was popular.
Oh, it was huge.
I had a friend who was selling, what do you call that? Like black market versions. He would make copies
Oh, really?
of the CDs or whatever they were back in the day, the DVDs. He would make copies and sell it.
Is that the P90X out of your trunk?
Is that the one with like the ropes and?
Yeah, a lot of like push-ups and pull-ups and body weight type stuff.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, it kicked my ass, and I learned my lesson. My athletic days were over.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Hi, I'm Joe Saul-Sehy, host of the Stacking Benjamins podcast. Today, we're going to talk about what if you came across $50,000? What would you do?
Put it into a tax-advantaged retirement account.
The mortgage, that's what we do.
Make a down payment on a home.
Something nice.
Buying a vehicle.
A separate bucket for this addition that we're adding.
$50,000, I'll buy a new podcast
You'll
partner.
buy new friends. And we're done. Thanks for playing, everybody. We're out of here. Stacking Benjamins. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Half-Assed Morning Show 93X.
I hear you. You know, everybody F's up. Everybody once in a while buys something or another. They're all excited about it, and then the damn thing just sits there and collects dirt. Sometimes they're very expensive items. But that'll come back to bite you in the ass a little bit. We were talking about very expensive items that you've bought, or maybe a friend or family member has bought, and then the damn thing just doesn't get used. A few text messages came in. Swords. A listener says, I bought a sword, and then I bought another one, and then I bought another one.
That's how that stuff goes, right?
Yeah, you don't use a sword. What are you going to use a sword for?
That's exactly where he goes with this, C. Willie. He says, I guess I didn't buy them to use them.
Exactly.
I hope I'm never in a situation that calls for a sword, but by damn, I've got them.
Right. I don't know how to use it properly.
Bought a house, says one of our female listeners, bought a house and ended up moving in with my boyfriend. My house sits empty.
Ooh.
A slushy machine for the kids. It took friggin' hours to start up, and it takes hours to clean it.
was going to say, I bet that's just a bitch to clean.
They hate it. Joe Mama Jesus hates the slushy machine for the kids.
Are you using your ice cream machine, Nick?
Yes.
Is it work pretty
Yes,
well?
it's beautiful. My wife went and bought some kind of fancy schmancy ice cream machine. You can make, what do they call it? Traditional hard ice cream. What the hell am I?
Soft serve. That's what you mentioned last time.
Yeah. What's the soft serve? Is one. What's the other called?
Just ice cream.
All right. You can make regular ice cream or soft serve. It's great. It's great. It costs a few bucks, but it's worth it.
Oh, this is Aaron. This is a good point from Aaron here. You guys, anybody here watch Quarterback aside from me? And
Never
Dana?
saw it.
I watched a little bit of it, yeah.
Just a little, yeah.
Kirk Cousins, of course, the star. Aaron said Kirk Cousins has a case in his house for a Lombardi trophy that he's never going to use. That's right. He has a whole memorabilia room, and he has a spot waiting for it.
One of our listeners says, I bought my wife new boobs. She never lets me touch them. Another listener says, the most expensive thing I pay for that just sits there and does nothing is my kids. Wow. A listener says, my husband bought a damn motorcycle 12 years ago and hasn't renewed the tab since 2016. He's only rode it about 20 miles since he bought it.
Oh, man.
And I've been paying off a 20 grand snowmobile for 2 years, says a listener. I rode it from the back of my pickup to the shed, and that's it.
That sucks.
Other
impulse shopper.
Yes, other items, products that made the report on expensive things you've bought and then you've never used. Tools. You got a lot of tools, don't you, Josh?
I do. It ended up saving me money in the way that a buddy of mine knows how to do everything. And in our last house was a fixer-upper. And he's like, hey, if you get the tools, I'll help you out. So it was way less expensive than hiring a contractor.
A boat?
Yeah, boats, cabins.
Yeah, I had one of those. Put it in the water 4 times.
Is that right?
Yeah. Sold it.
I know that's very common. Very common. Yeah. People think they're going to have all this time and all this fun on the boat, and then it just goes. You can never find that time. I've owned a boat now for 15 years, and we do our best. We do our best to get out there because I don't want it just to sit there. It's expensive stuff.
Dana, you got to have some examples of this. You buy a lot of hobbies.
I'm trying to think. I mean, sure, like a Lego set, you buy it, you put it together, and then it just sits there. So I guess that could kind of count because they are expensive. But other than that, I can't.
What about your arcade machine? Do you use that much?
Yeah, I play that pretty much every day.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice stress reliever.
Elsewhere here, an education. You pay for an education, you never actually.
Yeah, you know what?
Mine was free.
Yeah,
that's true.
Nobody has to see my degree to get this job.
Here you go, Janelle, a gym membership.
Yeah.
You said earlier that you had a gym membership and you just never found your way into the joint. It happens.
It was never the right time. I would join one, and then they would be like, "Oh, we need you to be out of town for 3 weeks."
Oh.
And I would just never use it.
Apple Vision Pro.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever that is.
A few people text in on those.
What is
crazy
that?
Expensive VR goggles.
Oh, boy.
And a few people said that they tried it once or twice and just never got back into it.
Here's somebody who bought a horse and then never used it.
Well, you had the VR goggles. Did you?
Yeah.
The Meta ones.
I do.
Do you ever use those since you first got them?
I was all about it for about a month.
Tell Janelle why you were all about it.
Because you could play video games and whatnot.
Now, that's a lot different than he used to
watch family-friendly programming.
I watched, what was the Tim Allen show I watched all the time?
Last Man Standing.
I used to watch Last Man Standing on Channel 45.
He's lying. He's lying to you. Oh, don't you have an announcement to make?
I'm a whore.
Yeah, you're a whore.
I'm a terrible whore. Gaming systems, a wedding dress, a grand piano.
You hear about that one too, right?
Oh, the piano.
Somebody buys a piano for the family, and the family says, "We wanted an Xbox."
Oh, okay. That I do have one friend. He built this beautiful home, and he has a $25,000 white piano. What are they called?
Like the brand name?
Yeah, it's really the
I can't think
swervy. It's a beautiful piano.
Yeah,
Steinway.
Okay.
Cannot play the piano,
but he meant to.
Got it in a room all by itself. It's beautiful.
Can anyone in the house?
No.
Can any of his friends even come?
No.
Okay.
And he won't take lessons. He goes, "That's not why I bought it." He said, I bought it because this is a piano room.
That's silly.
Yeah, that's a little obnoxious.
Stupid.
Kind of like what I was saying about the $40,000 fish house. By God, if I bought one of those, you would see me ice fishing all the time. Yeah. If I bought a grand piano, by the end of the week, I know Bohemian Rhapsody.
Right.
I do.
Can I tell you something? He says the only person that plays it is the guy that comes and tune it up.
Everybody's made that mistake.
Oh, my God.
Once or twice. Anything going on with Janelle or C. Willie Miles we should know about before we get the hell out of here?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be back at Crooners on September 20th. I'd love for you guys to come down.
September
20th. It's like a Saturday or two from now.
Yep, couple
I don't
weeks
even know
away.
what the day is.
Cool.
You guys are coming. Yeah, I'm gonna be there and loving it.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
We're
September 20th.
Glad to hear it. Janelle, where are you putting on performances these days?
Can you imagine? I can't think of one person that would show up.
Well, you did just speak.
I'd be there.
You go and speak at events and
I
whatnot.
did. I don't know. They were forced to be there, though.
They had to go.
It was a requirement.
You just got back from Chicago. Any stories from your visit to Chicago?
I spoke at the World Association of Detectives conference.
What?
Hello.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really don't think I had any business doing it, but I did.
That sounds like a fascinating group of people.
Oh my gosh.
Did they
were
give you a pin?
So interesting.
They give you
I think they did give me a pin. They
Yeah.
gave me a little gift bag. Yeah.
When you're talking to a detective, do they just respond to everything with, I know? I know.
Pretty much, yeah.
Did any of them look like Jim Rockford or
Cannon?
Carry a magnifying glass around and wear a trench coat. Yeah.
Beretta.
Totally.
The guys from the streets of San Francisco. Who was that? Carl Malden and Michael Douglas. Wow. That's really interesting.
Yeah, they were fascinating.
How'd you get involved in something like that?
You know, I met a guy who is one of the leaders of the group, like quite a few years ago. Actually, I was right out of college on a case, and we just stayed in touch. And he's just a great guy, and he kind of was putting this event together. They do it somewhere in the world every September. And so he asked if I wanted to speak. They kind of just wanted to, I guess, hear more about like how to interact with media and just, that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was really interesting.
I bet they had some great stories, and what a nice connection to have.
Yeah.
A damn detective on your cell phone? Like, hey, dude, someone stole my Jimmy John sandwich out of the work fridge. If you're not doing anything this weekend, I'd like someone to get to the bottom of that.
Or if I'm going to hide a body, what?
Yeah.
What am I looking for here? What do you guys look for?
Yeah. I bet they have some gruesome stories.
I think they do. They have some really interesting stuff they work on.
Well, there you go,
Yeah.
Janelle.
Yeah, they could probably talk you into or talk you out of anything.
Probably.
Maybe figure out how to give you a good alibi, how not to
Probably.
get caught.
I'm going to remember that.
Usually when you do those type of engagements, they give you these little pins that
Do they?
wear. Yeah.
Oh, a pin.
A pin, not a writing pin,
It
but
sticks to your clothing.
Yeah,
Yes.
like they're. And so when I would do like I've done plenty of law enforcement stuff, so they give them to me. I have a whole little bag of them. So sometimes you just sit one on your by your ashtray, and if you get pulled over. And if a cop shines his light and sees it in there, he might see it.
Oh.
And say and ask if you're on the job, and they say just say yes, but don't say nothing else.
Okay, yeah.
Give them your ID, and there's nothing that's going to say that you're a cop on your ID.
I like to film them with my cell phone, just put the phone right in their face and tell them I pay their salary.
They love that.
They respect that.
You're listening to the radio. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.